better for the Unity Party in the county and the region for 2029. It is very important that we have people who are honest, people who will do better, not represent the grand as superintendent of the county. The people of Grand Jita is telling me, Mr. President, to say to you, they are not happy with the recent nomination of Elvis Josiah Grant. They are saying you can appoint any of their sons and daughters of the Canada will work with you. The Crown Nation is angry. Nigerians home and abroad are not happy about this decision. We don't have personal problem with Grant, but we have fundamental and state issues with Grant. Unless Grant's not an honest person, this is the man who was cut down.
Good morning, early risers. You're listening to the Punch Breakfast Show, your ultimate wake-up call, with your hosts Bokai Amara Kamara and Harris G. Belly. Rise and shine, everyone. It's time to kickstart your day with laughter and great vibes.
That's right. Grab your coffee and get ready for a sizzling morning packed with the hottest topics and the coolest tunes.
We've got everything you need to jumpstart your day, from news that matters to interviews with your favorite. We're dishing out those feel-good stories that will put a smile on your face.
So sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Oh, yeah, it's another wonderful, great, and pleasant morning across Liberia. Today is Monday, the 8th day of the 7th month, AD 2024. 8 minutes past 7 o'clock. Welcome to yet another edition of the Punch Breakfast Show. Yeah, this is where we talk the talk. This is where we make it happen. This is where we create enemies. We make friends. You just don't want to miss today's edition of the program because it's going to be a fascinating one. It's going to be a mind blowing. It's going to be interactive, educative. So, like I said, we'll be making friends, creating enemies. But no matter what the situation is, Liberia is all we have. So we have to keep the country's agenda going, right? So welcome once again. Boakai Amara Kamara is my name. Pretty seated here for you, driving you this morning up until 10 o'clock. That's when we're gonna be here with you from now, like I said, up until 10 o'clock. So Mr. Harris Betty is also here with me. It's going to be joining in soon. We have a wide range of issues to look at. Yeah. I'm not 100% okay, but it's good to be here this morning, Harris. Let me cross over to my colleague and welcome him this morning on the show. Harris, good morning. Welcome to the PBS.
Good morning, Boakai. And good morning, Liberians. Good morning to those of you following the conversation this morning. I'm honored. I I'm gratified this morning to be on the People's Program. This is about the Liberian people, giving the Liberian people the voice, the space, to see what is affecting them, and also to congratulate things that are benefiting them as well. For us, we believe that if we criticize and there are solutions to our criticisms, it is important as well we acknowledge those solutions. And so thank you to those who have heard our crowds and listened to our concerns and began to act in ways that are numbers, in ways that are interesting and benefiting to us. So this is where we are, and I'm honored this morning on this beautiful Monday morning to sit on the program, and I hope we'll have a wonderful conversation as always.
The weather is kind of cloudy out there this morning. Yeah, making our way to work here this morning. It's a cloudy weather. So you have to get prepared. It may come either way. Probably there will be a sunshine, or later on there will be a rainfall. So you just have to be prepared. Get your rain gears with you, and yeah, so you can be able to go to where you want to go this morning. So, what do we have on our menu this morning?
Well, we today's Monday, and like as usual, we talk the politics, we talk the issues that are confronting Liberians, Boakai. And so this morning, the government of Liberia on Saturday did the unthinkable, did the unimaginable, did the extraordinary. Someone want to use the word. It was graciously received by Liberians, Boakai. And so the first batch of the 285 pieces of earth-moving equipment finally arrived in Liberia. So not just Liberia, but finally arrived in Monrovia. And so we felt the need this morning to have a conversation surrounding that, Boakai. You see, for us, we have said this times of our numbers. There are times that the government heard and we sit on this radio, which chastise the government. There are times when the government is doing the right thing as well. We will sit on this radio, Boakai, and commend the government. But we could have left the conversation just that way. Since Saturday, every Liberian is aware that the government has brought in the first batch of the 285 pieces of earth-moving equipment. But following that, the claims and counterclaims, the dissenting views that surround that as well, Boakai, is what caught our attention this morning. You know, someone said even those we ought to expect, right? Those that we least expected are the ones now that have become into, have started, jumping into this whole yellow machine stuff, want to politicize the conversation, want to use it sentimentally. And so this morning we're going to speak to that conscience as well and say are the reasons why the conversation is the way it is currently. So we're going to have our central discussion this morning on the first batch of the 285 pieces of yellow machine. Again, there are other conversations surrounding the corridor as well.
Yeah, we'll take it bit by bit in a sense that we don't want to get things confused here this morning. First, we'll begin with the importation of the machines before moving up to the critics and those that don't want to see, or those that are opposing to the coming in of the yellow machines. It was on when this news broke. We all were saying, folks from the opposition bloc, they were saying that it's VLA is something that will now come to fruition. It's something that it is not true. This government is not talking. It's not saying something true. So we for us, we sat down quietly. We never got involved into it because we needed to know if what they have announced, because some of these things happen during past regime. The coming in of former President George Manuel Weah, and saying that he was going to bring in a Liberian airline. They went at the Roberts International Airport cut a cake, and later on we never realized that they're talking about the Bali Island, the hair factory, the 6,000 teachers. There were a lot of things said, Harris, and we as Liberians, we never saw them coming under his administration as president. So when the Boakai's administration announced the coming in of country 285 IF moving equipment, including heavy duty trucks, we sat down. It was a welcoming news for Liberians, because now in a country, one of the critical issues that we are facing is about road connectivity. So when the government announced the coming in of IF moving equipment, Liberians did welcome the importation of IF equipment, because you went at various street corners, attire centers, radio stations, and other places, churches, mosques. This was all being discussed by Liberians, Harris. And the conversation was that since the government have announced the coming in of those IF moving equipment, 285 pieces, let's give the government a chance. But others within the opposition bloc started to question the government on where are they getting the fundings from in bringing the IF moving equipment. So we waited. We talk about, even though we talk about it, we flag it out here on this platform, but we needed to wait if it will not be the same lies and propaganda that other government, the Weah administration did when it comes to the importation of other things to the Liberian people. So we waited, and when I saw you going live at the Freeport of Monrovia, wherein the government went to take charge of the importation of those machines and trucks, I was like, okay, so this is real now. A lot of people said that this wasn't going to happen. They said that the government was lying. Those in opposition said the government was lying, and it was not going to happen. But now this is reality. So we say kudos to the government. So when I saw the government taking the IF moving equipment from the Freeport, passing through the Japanese freeway to the BTC barrack there in Central Monrovia, I was like, yeah, this is not real. That's the first batch of the IF moving equipment. So first of all, we want to say kudos to the government for that. And we now know that what they promised the Liberian people is no longer a lie, but it came to reality, Harris.
Of course, Boakai, like you established a conversation. I can record on that Wednesday day, on the day, and that fateful Wednesday, when the government of Liberia, the president convened his first cabinet retreat at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. So it was at that venue that every government ministry agency in this country was given at least a minute or 3 minutes or so to speak, to outline their priorities, to outline their targets, and to inform the president about strategies that they have on hand that could tailored. I'm saying strategies they have on hand that will be tailored around the president's arrest agenda. So you will listen to the Minister of Post, Telecommunications, you will listen to the Minister of Internal Affairs, you will listen to the Minister of Justice, you will listen to the Minister of Public Works, you will listen to the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, you will listen to the GFK administration, you will listen to the Ministry of National Defense, you will listen to the Liberia National Police, you listen to the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and all of these government ministries and agencies, Boakai, one after another was presenting their vision, their blueprint about how they intend to support President Boakai's arrest agenda. I'm saying agenda because, mind you now, the president has a fixed agenda that he went to the Liberian people. I can record very well President Barker was in Bon County. President Barker was sometimes in Pommy. Sometimes he went there in Bapuru. If not his physical presence now, but officials of his party. But then when we were, during the political terms, right? They moved on to Nimba. The vice president by then was in Maryland, accompanied by John Balu and others. They moved on to Sano in the southeast. And from the different occasions across the 15 counties, they went to the Liberian people with a fixed agenda. They termed that agenda Everest. So it was agriculture, road rehabilitation, reconciliation, education, sanitation, tourism, right? That was the agenda. So it was on that basis that Liberians were convinced that we have a government that has an agenda titled Arrest. And this agenda covers all of our basic concerns as citizens. That today we go across Monrovia, we see the issue about sanitation is a major challenge. Today we move from one county to another to see roads, still remains a challenge. Today we look across our border politics and beyond, from counties to counties, reconciliation has been a greater problem in our country. That people only pretend on the surface. But even in counties, right? If you move on in counties, you get to understand that even officials that are part of county caucus, they don't even talk to one another. There is serious disunity and discomfort among them. So at that level, for the county to progress, it is dependent on the leaders to come together. That's why you see across the legislature, each county should have a county caucus, right? For instance, you have the Bomi Legislative Caucus. So that is whether you are a United Party partisan or perhaps you are CDC lawmaker, you are ANC lawmaker. Everyone is part of the county caucus with the sole intent that resources that has been directed to the county. How well can we discuss and find a way out that we can use those resources effectively? And it should not be like someone having the monopoly or making a decision on the way the county resources should be used. So that's how the president was very crafty and said, let's have reconciliation as part of our agenda. Now, you want to talk about rules. The rules aspect of it, this is not something we need to say it, right? Buckeye, I was reading to a report. Just on last night when we talked about this topic, I was going through the report. I was going through the report titled "The Nationwide Road Condition Survey," and this was conducted in May of 2016, just May of 2016 by the World Bank. Now, if you read the report, it tells you that we have our network, our road network, right? Comprises about 11,423 kilometers of road to cover the entire country. But this is not an interesting thing. Here's an interesting part of it. It says the report also revealed that more than 90%, right? 6% of network are paved roads in good or fair condition. At the same time, 60% of paved, which is 95% of network, is in poor or very poor condition. Correct as to speak. This is the statistics on our roads. If you want to read for that as well, right? Or on the digital logistics capacity assessment conducted in Liberia, it tells you that the road network in Liberia is greatly underdeveloped and among the least developed in West Africa. Liberia has a total of 111,370 kilometers of road, which is of these, only 643 kilometers remain unpaved.
No, reiterate, please.
So I'm reading this report because I want to connect.
I want you to reiterate because that's very important.
So we come across this report. This was conducted during the Salif administration at the time in 2016. It was titled "The Nationwide Road Condition Survey," conducted by the World Bank in 2016 on Liberia, all of the roads in Liberia. Now, this report revealed that the road network comprises of 11,423 kilometers of road, sufficient to cover the entire country. So it's 11,423 kilometers of road. Now, this is an interesting thing. It says the report also revealed that 565 kilometers, which is 6% of network, are paved roads and in good or fair condition. At least at the same time, 60% of unpaved roads, which is 95% of the network, were in poor or very poor condition. Now, it went further and says the road network in Liberia is greatly undeveloped and among the least countries in West Africa. It was on the basis that George Weah took his government's agenda at the time, want to tailor on road connectivity and go with famous slogan about biomedicine. It was from their statistics. Now, after the tenure of George Weah, this report, I'm reading currently now, on this digital logistics capacity assessment report was conducted in 2022 on Liberia. Now, what it says that 657 kilometers are paved, while 9,943 kilometers. Now, so the first statistics is telling you Wakala has 565 kilometers. Then the second statistics is 657.
Yeah.
So if you are do a mathematics, it's less than 95% of paved road only the 6 years of George Weah. Right? So get the number to 657 currently as we stand.
Okay.
So it is on this basis that over 9,000 kilometers of roads in this country remain unpaved.
9,000.
If you may recall, the president in his agenda, during his first State of the Nation's address, acknowledged the statistics I'm reading. When President Barker said our road remain paramount on our agenda during the first State, his first State of the Nation's address. He stated the statistics as well. That as we speak, we have over 9,900 kilometers of roads are unpaved. And the interesting thing about Buakai, out of the 9,900 kilometers of roads that remain unpaved in this country, about 80% of that road, they are economic valuable roads.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the road from here to the southeast, right? You want to talk about the road as well as from Bombing to Bapuru, that connects the western region as well.
Banga to Vonjama.
Banga to Vonjama as well. So you look at all of these things. So President Barker has said, I'm having road part of my agenda.
Yeah.
He also said agriculture is a major factor. The last time I was reading to the National Agriculture Development plan, right? Barker, if you read through that document, it presents the blueprint of Liberia's agricultural environment for the next 20, 30 years to come. What the government should do. Now, part of that lies hugely on infrastructure as well. Part of that lies usually on empowering local farmers. Part of that lies usually on as well government, involving themselves in the agricultural activities as well. Barker, that agenda is already there. What is required is the government willingness to ensure that agenda has been achieved. President Barker has sat quiet and said, there is a need to have this agricultural thing be very interesting. If you will have the conversation today, and that challenging on this radio, if you leave from here, you move on to Grand Bassa, to Grand Cape Town, to Grand Gila, you move from one county to another. Barker, have a conversation with the locals who, at the final analysis, government agenda, what government will do, whether positively or negatively, affect them the most. If you were to move from here, Barker, you move on to one county to another and ask the people in terms of roles and that of agriculture. They will tell you that this too is very important to us because we understand that with agriculture we become self-empowered. With agriculture we'll be able to, our minds won't be centered on every time government should spoon feed us. We ourselves will be able to feed ourselves and contribute to the national envelope. You want to talk about roads? They will tell you, of course, because when our roads happens, that economic value has been attached to our situation as well.
Yeah,
that's how you move on. So all of these things has been tailored. Now, if you have a government of such that have such an agenda, what is required now? I don't think outside box. Because I have a country of the national budget. Less than 800 million as a national budget. The interesting thing about it is that about 70 to 80% of that budget goes towards salaries and other expenses.
Yeah.
So you have less than 30% who go towards goods and other services, right?
Yeah.
Infrastructure development. Yeah. So at that level, if the government want to depend on just what they have as a budget. The pinning of a thing of a budget we say we get in the country. That's it. My man, the last hour really was it was just one mini company somewhere around there in Europe.
That one mini company budget.
Operational budget that we have as a country. We say around because say we can take it for the national budget. Last year, and 90 plus million we have in the budget. It's just a penny. You have other institutions that still remain funded in this country. That's why we have a budget. Right? But every time the government is okay. So let's the government is working modalities. Buckeye, I confirmed this on this radio this morning. It's not that the yellow machine is a private. It's not that bringing yellow machines is a private. It's not that bringing heavy duty trucks are the private. It's not that bringing the water tankers are the private. You know where's the problem?
What's the problem?
The quantity.
It's coming in.
The quantity that is coming in is troublesome. Buckeye 285 pieces, somewhere is jittering. I'm telling you. So it's not that it is because of the machines coming at the private. What I have understood from this conversation, from lawmakers, from opposition figures, and from Liberians as well, I've realized that it's not because machines are coming at the private. It's the quantity of the machines that are coming. The quantity, how many pieces? 285. Such a huge, such an amount. Now, but let's get to the point. So, Minister Benedict said that we have negotiated, right? And we are in the concluding state of this conversation that at least 285 pieces of earth-moving equipment. Now, earth-moving equipment range from caterpillars to bulldozers, motor graders, heavy-duty trucks, and all of them. It's 285 pieces of them. That upon conclusion, we'll have them in Liberia. Now, the 285 pieces, when they are here, at least each of the 15 counties, because the last time we do our mathematics, 285 divided by 19, we'll have, divided by 15, we'll have at least each of the counties carrying 19 pieces,
19
right?
pieces.
Which, of course, again, we said that there's a need that we look at the number. You can look at a small county like Bapoli getting 19 pieces, brother. You can look at a small county that Mind Bombing and give them 19 pieces.
They want to do a fair share now.
No, it's about fair share. It's about giving them in a way that it will be used effectively. So you can look at a county as big as Nima, for instance. You give them 19 pieces. You look at Bomi as small as Bomi. You get them 19 pieces. You look at as big as Lofa in terms of land size as well. Giving them 19. But again, when we reach that level, I think government has some consideration on that. So she has, after that pronouncement, Buckeye, the internet as usual was flooded. The media platforms was flooded and everything. Now, the conversation was that, like you want to place it, there are times in this country, and the reason why Liberian becomes so, in such a way, they were at the time when they heard about the news about the government bringing 285 pieces. Like I said, the quantity of them, 285 pieces. Then someone is thinking that 285 pieces of earth-moving equipment. The last time the president promised just to recondition or to condition the Bali Island remains of private in our country. It was never done. They went at that area, Baka, they damaged that road. If you will look at the road from the Japan Freeway to go to the Bali Island, Baka, even residents, those that live along that corridor, especially during the rainy season, they are challenged. Because since the government went, to carry the motor grader and just messed the road up, they went to the Bali Island politically the day or symbolic, kind of forum and said they were bidding, new Monrovia on that island. Today, as we speak, there's no traceable record of any step being taken on that land. You want to talk about the cake issue, like you have to place it, the airplane cake, right? And that was being done as well. That they went about politically again. Went at the airport, we did our commencement. We said, we'll have our own airline called the Lone Star Air. Today, as we speak, while the negotiation was in the Puebla, even step was taken, it still remained a private. But the interesting thing about it, when the conversation about the Bali Island came up, no one raised the element process. No one came out with the conversation that our government procured all of the necessary material needed so as to go about, the build of the Bali Island. No, it was never that way. When we went on to the cake issue, the airplane cake, it was never that way. No one asked the question about how would this be funded, right? Everyone at the time said that Liberia needs these things, which of course as well, if those in opposition said, it is welcoming. If we have the Lone Star Air, it will also be good for us. If we have the Bali Island having a new Monrovia, it will also be the good one as well. So the conversation was welcomed. No one said anything about it. Now, it is at this point we are. There's a Benedict made that pronouncement. Afterwards, we went at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. This is the interesting part about it. And Minister Jolly McPia, the government spokesperson, said that we are in talks and we are at a concluding state. That upon conclusion, we have the 285 pieces of moving equipment brought in country. But as today, right? There's been no conversations right now. But last time I checked, all the laws are in the public. The legislature has now officially communicated to the executive on the need to come and have conversations surrounding this whole yellow machine thing. As we speak up to date, the Senate pro tem has now sent an official communication to the executive. The Speaker of the House has now sent an official communication to the executive on the need that they come and have conversation how these things have been procured. What I say, I'm saying the laws here in the point of which we will get to that point, right? It is just about the lawmakers. I just want to, infuse, just want to, cut the attention of the public are the ones that bring this in. But I have checked thoroughly. The Speaker has not written the House of Representatives of Minister Momaka Ability, who represented the government of Liberia particularly, and she was assisted by the Deputy Minister, Tupa, and other government ministers, or other government officials as well. Now, she told the area at least 13 to 14 pieces of the heavy-duty trucks arrived. 5 pieces of the yellow machines are already in country, and 3 water tankers. Now, she said a fewer ones left at the port in the storage. It's still there. Then I asked her as to how soon do we expect the second batch? Because when you said this is the first batch, how soon do we expect the second batch to be in country? She said it's not about how soon, right? It's about the storage facility. She said if we had a wider space, right, a very big area as compared to other ports around the world, we could have had all of the 285 pieces brought in the country at once. But because of the limited space we have, and a couple of that as well, you have other private citizens, you have other business people use the port as well. You get overwhelm the storage facility because you say, government won't bring 285 pieces. So all the business people that should bring that goods in country, you want to hinder, their movement and everything. So on that basis, she says that we will have the first batch brought in country. When it's being cleared off, then we negotiate again as well to bring the second batch, and gradually we will do that until the 285 pieces are corrected. And upon correction, then we will have a formal turnover ceremony, and the government will decide on how it will be distributed. Now, the reason why I was taken at the Barclay Training Center there, she says because of security. You don't want to take it from the port because the port facility, the authorities at the port are saying that we have other people who want to use this place as well. So you guys will have to clear this off. So you cannot take from that and carry to the ministerial complex and go park them there, or carry somewhere where there is less security, right? So like the Barclay Training Center, that place is as secured as you want to talk about in terms of security, in terms of vigilance and everything. So like that place is a perfect area. So that's how all of them was being packed at that location, Buakai.
Okay.
And so this is where we are. That the machines
are here.
First batch. The first batch of the machines are already in country.
Okay. Yeah, thanks so much for giving us the analysis leading to the day the mission was brought to the country up until heading to I follow you religiously, and you do a live broadcast on our Punch TV page. And so how was the reception like?
Again,
because I'm asking this question specifically, other people that didn't follow, they want to know. Now everybody having smartphone in this country. How was the reception like from Liberians? You guys drove from the Freeport through the Japanese freeway. That's a Boulevard coming towards Cinco, going to the BTC barrier. How was the reception like from Liberians?
Waka, again, like you rightly placed it. If I'm to say this on this radio, and I'll be very clear, this is the first time in a long while I have seen Liberians as happy as compared to this Saturday along the corridors we drive through. Man, you left from Freeport up until the 72nd junction, and we move on to the Boulevard junction. We took the main corridor between EOW and Central Town, and we drove to Broad Street and had to use Lane Street and up to the up to the UN Drive, and then we move in the back to training center. Listen, across those corridors, Buckeye, from one location, from one junction to another, you see Liberians cheered in astonishment, Buckeye. The mood, I mean, the environment, the atmosphere at that moment. This is not about saying it to say, it's anything, Buckeye, but it was like, it's the first time in a long while, for a very long time, the Liberians were satisfied. The Liberians was as happy as the way you wanted to be. Buckeye, all you heard along the corridor of those roads were thank you. And the famous saying that, usually the president has been termed that way. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. But Buckeye, what I picked up from the conversation was that it was along the corridors that we began to see Liberians coming out to cheer the government for such a work. But until that time, mind you, I was at the port at 9 o'clock, and the equipment left the port at 3 o'clock, around 3 to 4 o'clock. So you will understand the length of time I spent at the port there, right? Patiently waiting. All through that period, I didn't see Buckeye, a single placard or a poster or a flyer to say, "Oh, thank you, Mr. President," or our machines are here, or we are happy for this thing to happen. Like the way it has been over the years. Buckeye, you will want to recall that over the years when the government is about to do something, or the government is doing something, or there are progress being made by the government, you see there will be battle cries, there will be, individuals will come with placards, with posters, and hailing the president, right? And you will see people converge at that port. But unlike this situation, Buckeye, it was more of a low key. That aside from the government officials that went out, the port was as quiet as the way it was. And the persons who saw at the port, the group of people were the port workers. Usually at times they'll leave their offices and come to witness them see the occasion. So it was only the port workers. And also not a single person I saw down at Buckeye had perhaps a poster or a flyer or whatever thing on the way to say singing songs of praises or perhaps hailing the government. We left the port. So it was along the corridor.
So let me get. There was nobody there celebrating like, oh, I'm from Unity Party, that went at the free port to say, welcome to the Yellow Mission, or singing song of I will say
none of such.
Okay.
None of such.
Right.
That's why I'm confirming this.
Okay, continue.
When we left the port along the corridors, again, up until we reached at the BTC barrack. It was at the BTC barrack again. You saw Liberians were coming in numbers, praising the president. But even at that point, there was no placard, there was no posters, there was no banner.
Ordinary
Liberians converged. They were saying, "Oh, thank you, our yellow machines here. Thank you, our roads will be conditioned." And along the corridors as well. The only thing you will witness as to every junction, Liberians waved in astonishment. Just cheered. The machines up until you pass that era. There's no specific point you saw Liberians again with posters, with banners, with placards, or perhaps you see a government official influencing those people. This is one of the things I pick up. And even if you follow the commentary, this consider I said it, that because I had the time to cover the past administration, that of which I enjoyed covering them as well. You will witness, for instance, if you were to engage the Vamoma is in district number 9.
Yeah.
And district number 9 hosts a CDC lawmaker. Buckeye, if it was during the previous administration, and I say this without no fear, if it was during the previous administration, you have seen at that junction, that CDC lawmaker who have come at that junction, right, with this group of people. Come with this group of supporters, perhaps having the president photo, perhaps having some, some inscriptions as well, and congratulating the president,
and which was not wrong.
Which of course it was not wrong.
Okay,
I'm saying that I'm saying the diversification in this thing now. So if you are moved to district number 2, for instance, district number 2 has a United Party lawmaker in Sekukane, right? But even to that point, Buckeye will go to district number 2. Aside from the locals, aside from the marketers as well that came on the road, we don't see any government official. So it tells you that this is not anybody influencing the people to come and say thank you to that president. This is not about anybody telling you know, you gotta come out and make the president feel satisfied.
Mhm.
This was more of the people's decision, of the people's willingness based on their satisfaction. Broccoli, last time I checked, when people are satisfied, they become willing to do things.
Mhm.
When people are satisfied, they become willing to do things. There are times that people will be willing to do things, they are not satisfied. But the willingness towards that will come in place. But when people are satisfied, they become willing automatically.
Mhm.
And that's how it is. And that's how the process works. So along the corridors, move on. There are no one influencing the people. Every junction you reach, the people were happy. So the reception in Buakai, it was extremely overwhelming. It was extremely overwhelming. That parents from one location to another welcomed and embraced this process.
Thanks so much. That's it, fellow Liberians. You know, we needed to give you the analysis about the importation of those machines and how Liberians are welcoming the importation of those machines. Those machines, and we want to make some things clear here. We are not doing public or PR for government. But we are saying what we saw. That's what, you know, I'm giving Harris the chance this morning to give analysis because he covered importation of those machines. It was on Saturday from the port up until the PTC barrack. So, fellow Liberians, here we are. Should we say it's a promise fulfilled? Should we say Buakai's administration have once again won the Liberians? Because what am I saying? We as Liberians, one of our major problems in this country is road connectivity, and with the coming in of the yellow machines or the earth moving equipment, which each country will be benefiting 19 pieces. It's a plus. So now let's move on. We have given you the analysis and we're letting you know as Liberians that the machines are in country at the DC barracks. So, fellow Liberians, you know, sometimes I will take my own time this morning before Harris can come in. You know, in this country, we play politics of everything. Most especially some of the guys up Capitol Hill. They do play politics of everything. And listen to me, fellow Liberians. If it is not in their interest, if it is not in their interest or it is not benefiting them 100%, it is not their own thing, they will say all of the negative things towards it. I'm not saying this because of the yellow machines or other things, but I'm saying this because I know what Liberians and some of the lawmakers of Capitol Hill, they are capable of. The importation of those machines raised an eyebrow for the opposition bloc. The opposition bloc, in a sense that some of them have started expressing their dissatisfaction in a form and manner in which those machines were imported or are being imported by the Liberian government. The last time we talked about Marvin Cole from Bone County. The last time we talked about Yeke Koluba from Masurado County, District number 10. And today we are putting under the spotlight a character in person of Musa Hassan Belete that have milked this country of its natural resources. What am I trying to say here, fellow Liberians? A character like Belete, Musa Hassan Belete, coming to talk or lecture us about the importation of the yellow machines. So This is what he posted on his Facebook page a day ago. He said, esteemed members of the 55th legislature, which is the House of Representatives, the current situation demands that we fulfill our elected duty to safeguard our democracy. With an impeding decision on a questionable loan for the procurement of machines, we must carefully consider the impact on our nation's best interests. Wide need for infrastructure improvements is evident. The terms of this particular deal do not align with our constitutional responsibilities. It is essential that we reject, once again, let me take this part. It is essential that we reject this proposal in order to uphold the integrity of our constitution and act in the best interests of Liberia. And act in the best interests of Liberia. I'm overemphasizing this. And act in the best interests of Liberia. This is our moment to demonstrate unwavering commitment to our country. The voice of Musa Hassan Belete, representative of District number 7, Nimba County. So, fellow Liberians, what am I trying to say? In his post, he said that he's calling on members of the 55th National Legislature to reject the importation of the machines, the earth-moving equipment, because according to him, our constitution is being violated. Our constitution is being violated by the executive, and this machines is not in the best interest of Liberians. But they, as lawmakers, they will not sit down and allow the country to go down during. So they need to wake up and work in the best interest of Liberians, but stopping the government of importing the earth-moving equipment. So, my people, this is the character. This is the Musa Hassan Belete that defrauded Liberian government when it comes to our road funds. This is the character of a person that stole from the Liberian people. This is the character of a person that got banned by the FIFA, the world body, that's the world football body, FIFA, for stealing from them. No. Probably you don't understand what I'm trying to say here, fellow Liberians. Probably you don't understand what I'm trying to draft at. Let me go to a report by a report posted by Al Jazeera. You know, what makes sense of the discourse this morning? Al Jazeera said African official Musa Hassan Belete received 10 years ban for breaching Football Authority's code of ethics. African football official Musa Hassan Belete has been banned from the game for 10 years by FIFA Ethics Committee following an investigation into finances of the Liberian Football Association. Belete is a former LFA president and a currently member of the executive of the Confederation of African Football, CAF. He has been critical of the recent steps taken by FIFA to take a more direct role in the returning of African football. So this character of a person that stole from the Liberian people for years, this character of a person that that face a lot of issues in our country, is the one stopping or telling Liberian people not to accept the importations of the yellow machines. So now, Mr. Ability, let me tell you this. It's not because you are now directly benefiting. It's not because Liberians are not going to you to beg you for machines to fix the roads in your district or even in your county. When the government is importing the machines for us Liberians to benefit from, you better keep quiet. You better go and sit down. I don't blame such a character. I blame the government of Liberia, because if this man, in person of Musa Hassan Benete, could have been investigated and sent to court, but now a lack of Musa Benete will not be saying such a thing. If this man could have been forwarded to court, but again, Musa Hassan Benete is benefiting. They may have a storage at the Freeport of Monrovia that he's taking each gallon of gas. He's taking away 10 cents if you store your gasoline in his storage at the Freeport of Monrovia. That man is benefiting 10%. 10 cents, Liberian people. Musa Benete is receiving 10 cents from a storage at the Freeport of Monrovia. So he's right, because the government haven't taken action against him. So he's right. But I will tell you this, Mr. Ability, you serving as an opposition to the importation of those machines, you are just trying to tell us that you're not working in the interest of Liberians. Just a few days, we saw you at the rally then under the sycamore tree with the CDC. So probably it's what you were told by the folks there from the Coalition for Democratic Change that you should oppose. You should call on other officials of government, most especially the lower house, to reject the importation of those machines. But we will not sit here and allow you as a person to bomb off, to reject, to call on people to oppose the importations of those machines.
Buckeye, I have sat quietly listening to you as well. When you outline the basis on those that are criticizing, those that are opposing the importation and subsequent distribution of the machines. And let us say for the record this morning that we are not surprised that in every environment where issues, where things will be done to benefit the vast majority, will be opposed by the minority, that we are not surprised, Buckeye, because things that will benefit, things that will be done so that a bigger picture, right, or a greater percentage of the population will have a direct benefit to it. You have the fewer minorities will oppose, because their opposition is not that it is in the interest of the people. Their opposition is to galvanize forces against what will be done in the interest of the people, so as to continue to be seen as the gods, to continue to be seen as the Messiah of the people's problem. This is the way they tailor their approaches. This is where they tailor their argument. Now, let's have this conversation segment by segment. I stated this initially, that not a single communication has been directed to the executive from the legislature that craving the indulgence of the executive to come and answer the questions as to how the machines have been procured in this country, how the machines have been brought in country. Not a single communication from the Liberian Senate has been directed to the executive so as to inform or to ask the executive to come and answer questions before the legislatures as to how this thing has been brought in country in terms of the procurement and how government is sourcing the importation of those goods. So as it stands, the executive is at liberty to do what she pleases. That's it, for because we have separation of power. right? In our governance structure, every government, every branch of government function independently.
Yeah.
Right? Even though there are check and balances. Now, the check and balances come in play if the legislature wants to know a detail about this. They will send an official communication to the executive. And the executive will come, depending on who the communication is being directed to, will come and answer to the questions of the legislatures. So until that has been done, the executive is at liberty to do what she thinks is in the interest of our people. Let's get that straight. Now, to the conversation. When the government announced this thing, Pellet did not say a word towards it. When the government said it will be coming in the country, Pellet did not say a word to it. When the machines were brought in the country, when Colina Kwatupa did a short video, I think about 15 seconds video on social media, that went viral, Pellet did not say a word about it. Because you know why? At that level, he still considered at the time that the conversation was still political.
Yeah.
That it was only about politics. That he lived in Liberia, he had the time to understand the workings and the governance structure of our process. Usually at times government uses the situation, to gain favor, to buy the sympathy and the interest of the people. So he felt at the time it was still that kind of politicking. Not knowing that the government of President Bouaka meant business for what he wanted to do. So Pelete and others said that it was politics. I can recall perhaps at the time they were at the Sycamore tree, and when the conversation was being held behind closed door, he told the people, yes, that people just won't that politics. But 285 pieces where people get money for him. But Pelete failed to understand that this negotiation, perhaps might not just be in a 6-month period. Because Bouaka, the last time I checked, to have someone to guarantee 285 pieces of moving equipment, whether on loan, whether on credit, whether free, whether wait for it is just not a 6-month conversation thing. This is a huge investment. So what will happen at first is that it tells you that President Bouaka, while in opposition at the time, considering that the Liberian people will have a reason to vote him, he began the process. This is how you demonstrate your commitment to a change. Bouaka, if we say we're looking for a presenter to Punch FM, even though you have not taken over the job, you start to know your topics you want to discuss, you want to know your style of presentation and everything getting on your book. So that once you've been given the opportunity, you get your hands on deck working because you already have your plans. This is the same way President Bouaka have already structured Liberia prior to even him becoming president. So once you're in the driver's seat now, you start to execute your plans you have on the books. This is the conversation. Even to this point, but they failed to understand that it was how he messed up the ANC. He failed to understand it was how he messed up the United Party. You have failed to understand it was how he damaged and the
CPP. Yeah.
So he felt that it was the same energy he would bring to our governance structure, and Liberians listened to him when he said that he was the one that had monopoly over knowledge to a point that he did not compromise. I'm saying he was failing to accept anything in the interest of the party. And the final analysis today, the Liberty Party had to go a separate way and split up. Today, the CPP had to crash. Today, the ANC suffer from its consequences. This is the same man now entering the legislature, right on the sympathy of the people of District Number 7 in Nima, and feel that he can overcome the political corridors of our country. But listen, this is not a conversation for you, right? Because I believe that you could have given this topic to someone else to discuss on your behalf, and perhaps be a supporting paragraph to the conversation, but you cannot be a leading campaigner. But have you asked yourself why Cummings failed mercifully? The last time I checked in our body politics in Liberia, Cummings is one of the politicians that failed mercifully. That coming during your first time in our body politics, acquiring 7% without the involvement of several other criminals and corrupt individuals, you stood and acquired 7%. When you felt after being briefed that the only way you can survive unless you bring the corrupt individuals around you, you went and brought Benedict. You did not stop there. You went and brought Louis Brown. You did not stop there. You went and brought Toga McIntosh. You brought all the corrupt individuals and surround your cycle. At the final analysis, today we witnessed you accumulated less than 1% in our elections. The last time I checked, it is one of the merciful failures of any politician in our country
Mm.
that I'm saying that I was vying for the national highest. Even the time when Mandela Kopo just a low fee making it right in the just 2017 election, who never accumulated such a vote as compared to you. That after the first term, you're just entering 7%, and you say we want to put our resources, we want to govern us, we want to extend ourselves, and this time around we know we go further, and you were dropped. Have you asked yourself, Benedict, why coming famously? It was because of the same failed ideas you have. It was because of the same way you look at things one way, right?
Mm.
Imagine Boakai. A Benedict can sit and say people violating constitution. When you violated FIFA ethics, that the Boakai you read from the Al Jazeera,
Mhm.
and you go across all the different media.
Media.
outlets.
Mhm.
Today you have the moral, even to a point you are yet to accept that you violated. You took an appeal before the court of arbitration of FIFA. Again, you were denied, even to the point you yet to admit to the fact that you stole from the people and you violated the rules governing the World Football Body. Up to this time, you yet to muster that courage. A character that you can sit and tell us, even can have a conversation about body politics and talk about someone violating the Constitution. Do you even have the understanding of the Constitution? Do you have an understanding about how the Constitution runs? A telling you someone violated the Constitution is to take your phone and go around Facebook, people violate the Constitution. But can you see how limited those guys are? And that's what at times I worried. So if you call it honorable, listen, and then this is why I know disrespect. This is what if you are a lawmaker, right? You are a lawmaker. The word lawmaker means people that can make the law.
Mhm.
So law there means the law is sinning. The maker there means to face something so that you can face the law. So if the executive, go against the law, right, or violated the law as with your understanding, but it said that Mark Zuckerberg go report on the Facebook to tell him that President Baka violated the law. So what did Mark Zuckerberg get to do now when you go
When
on
you were on
Facebook
Facebook.
and go report like your government to Facebook?
Yeah, but this was the thing, God. Welcome. But okay, I come in Paris on the 26th of May. This was the same Facebook page that he took up to. This was what he said. He said the news about the yellow machine that Musa Hassan Brede before now. I don't know, since he visited the Sakamo tree, everything changed.
Something happened.
Yeah. Since he visited the Sakamo tree, everything changed. This was his first statement about the yellow machine. He said the news of the yellow machines is welcoming and must be embraced by all. Our roads are poor and our people are suffering. The legislation under the line item core presidential project gave the president the latitude in the 2024 budget to do something like this. This is not the time to criticize such a revolutionary move by the executive. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. This is Musa Hassan Brede writing, not me. He said, this is the time. This is the time not to criticize such a revolutionary move by the executive. We look forward to the transparent, equitable implementation of this critical project. So, on the 26th of May, 2024, you posted on your Facebook page welcoming the importation of the machines. But since you went and visited the Sakamo tree, I don't know, they say they have something under that tree. Once you visit it, something can happen to your brain. I know that a similar thing that happened to the old expired man with his brain and he getting expired small. So something happening to Musa Brede's brain that he coming to tell us again. He coming to move from where he was and jump into another one again, saying that people violating constitution. A character like Musa Brede, somebody that stole from us, somebody that living by the Liberian people, talking about us still the disrespecting constitution. A character like Musa Hassan Brede, fellow Liberians, we are not against Mr. Brede and his decision. He have a voice, he have his right. But when it comes to the development of this country, we will not allow anybody to stand before the development of this country.
And that's what we say in Boakai. So imagine the different accounts you read it. At one point in time, the man saying this thing is welcome. We look forward to the smooth implementation of this process.
Yeah.
So as to be transparent, so it benefit the Liberian people. The next day, the man is coming and he say we should be generating because but listen, Boakai, this is how it works out. When you have people ability in the legislature, we said this thing, we predicted this thing. If you have people with will stem on like characters becoming your leaders, right? They want it to go their way. The way they think it should be that way. But it is all of that the president who have come and rub shoulders with them, dish out the envelopes to them, right? And to, like that, they go and come out and everyone. Because prior to Benedict developing the interest to become, a lawmaker, Baka, ask yourself, a man ability having is worth 30 million United States dollars as per his assets he declared to the NCC and published. He worth 30 million. How will a man that worth 30 million, right, and come out and go sit, for a job at less than $8,000? But the last time I checked, those that are, those are worthy. Their time is very important. No man that has wealth will go spend over over 10, 15 hours sitting in the legislature there for just $8,000. He will tell you that I prefer to go continue my business. Have you asked yourself, why is it? So better to understand that 90 to 85% of his wealth has been accumulated as well by the corrupt activities that he has involved himself with. To get that done is to continue surviving on the government. To do it is to get at the legislature, because at the time he was being briefed, perhaps by the past lawmakers, that listen, if you become a lawmaker, you're not happy before government pass any deal, before government initiate any discussion, before government come out any project, they can drop an envelope. So now the envelope can be taken. So that was the conversation that stuck in the brain of Benedict before going to campaign in Nima. Again, you can blame the people. You consider the situation when people took Kumi's money and went in Nima and campaign, right? All through his campaign process, it was the ANC that apportioned Nima funds, right? Nima has Nima at the time had a budget under the ANC campaign budget. It was what Benedict took, even at that point in district number 7, of which Kumi spent a lot of money, because Benedict has said, let's go in district number 7. That's my area. Once I'm contesting my representative, I present you as the president for my ticket. The people will support you. Cummins was convinced by that. Dish out a lot of money to Benedict. When Benedict went there, even a picture of Cummins was not seen to where Benedict was campaigning to become representative. That's how he easily made his way through and became representative. So again, you understand that you can't blame the people for the decision. But this is where we are. If you are a lawmaker, and the lawmaker you have at the chambers of the House, right? Plenary, before plenary, to make a decision, to make a case on behalf of the people. If you claimed that your people are the ones interest you represented, how now can you do official communication to be forwarded to the speaker and say, Mr. Speaker, there is a need, I will invite the executive to come and tell about the thing, because we see that there is a need that we should not accept it. How is that easy for you to do? But Baka, listen, Mark Zuber has nothing to do with our politics. So a lot of the lawmakers, this is what you earn. There is money you run on Facebook, you go where? What if Facebook writing get to do with our governance structure? We said that you have a space. But I mean, you can't be lawmaker and go every time when you're supposed to go at the House to go and bring matter out, send a communication before the House, be on the floor on the agenda for discussion, then you write it on Facebook. Then the ordinary citizen that sit at the House also write on Facebook. Then when at the final analysis, you say we should respect the lawmakers.
Me and the lawmaker have the same platform.
What's up? So tell me, Baka, what difference does it make that the ordinary citizen that don't have a voice in the House have a voice on the social media platform?
Yeah.
So you lawmakers sit at your house, evaluate the social media, listen to the different concerns on Liberia, jot them down, place it in the communication, take it before plenary, and you have discussion on it, and come up with a decision that benefit those Liberians that think they'll be affected by that decision. But if the person there is Sony way is writing on Facebook, raising concern about the yellow machine, the next man there in West Point sitting beside the seaside and writing about the yellow machine. Then the lawmaker as well said on Facebook writing about the yellow machine. So that the government put on Facebook now. And our Facebook style of government we want. Listen, people gotta be serious in this country. If you're a lawmaker, there are responsibilities you have. There are responsibilities you have. There are authorities you have in your hand. Part of that also call for you to do a communication before the House. Now, that comes to a point. President is saying he wants to, they should
respect the Constitution.
So, fellow Liberians have a conversation. They may welcome him in May.
Yeah, he welcomed me in May. The 26th of May.
In 26th of May, he welcomed me.
He welcomed me. He said he called his colleagues to work along with the executive.
June, in July, he visited the CDC headquarters.
Yeah.
Upon return, on July 6th, he wrote a communication that he posted on Facebook that they think we should reject it.
Because
how is it that the brother left from May, June, visited the CDC headquarters, returned And you know,
Everything
but,
changed.
but anyway, we understand.
So no. We don't need. We understand.
No, for me, I
like we
understand.
said, probably his visitation to the CDC.
It take a lot. It take away a lot.
It took away a lot because he was brainwashed. He was buried in that the breeze from the tree, the sycamore tree, passed through his nose, and then he felt that there is no need again for us to welcome the issue about the yellow machine after welcoming it in May, the 26th of May.
You know why they first shot back now? They play a minute CDC coming pathways. They may run again after the yellow machine conversation. When he was latches back and forth by Liberians, he took the Facebook page. He wanted to change the conversation. You see nobody message. Job we are coming back will be no different for the CDC.
Yeah,
CDC should not bring Job.
Yeah, he called it on Job. We are not to come back as presidential candidate in 2029. So this fellow is confused. The man is confused to the extent that he just read it. There.
Baka Benedict has one spirit. That divine rule method. That's what Benedict has. Everywhere he goes, he divides the organization and get inside of rule. The same way how he divided the Liberty Party. He found a space to rule. He divided the CPP. He found a space to rule.
Now he go to CDC.
The CDC. So CDC, you can tell CDC say, John, they should not bring John about the beacon.
Like, because they put invited him now.
Process. Because they remember the Pope party. They invite to come be part of occasion to make go. I say no what. After we have say auntie Nana play here. You're not bringing by again.
There's a fellow that lied to the Liberian people.
But on a serious note,
no, Harris. There's a fellow that lied to the Liberian people that if Mr. Kumi don't win, they just ended election. He was going to resign his position as lawmaker. I do have that recording here, and I will play it for the Liberian people. There's the man that told us that if Mr. Alexander Kumi now win election in this country, Musa Hassan Berete, will resign his position as lawmaker of Mosurado County. No. So if we still get a character like this man, flip-flopping, that never lived up to his commitment that he made to the Liberian people, that if Mr. Kumi now win election in this country, he will resign his post. If we have such a character, I don't believe here. You know, sometimes I can sit and really wonder. I say, Liberia, they play with air. We have a lot of way. We have long way to go, because if this government, the Bwaka's administration, if they were critical, they were running behind people to prosecute them. A leg of Musa Berete will not be running around here.
Never.
And I'm telling President Bwaka today. I'm telling this government, Musa is making money every day. Every day that passes by, Musa make money. Musa having a storage at the Freeport of Monrovia. That means may you understand. Musa having a storage, a tanker at the Freeport of Monrovia where he built during the Weah's administration. And that storage there is hosting thousands of gallons of gasoline and fuel. So if you as an importer, you import gasoline or fuel in the country, and you keep your fuel at Musa facility at the Freeport, Musa is benefiting 10% of each gallon. No, you're not understanding you. When you bring 1 million gallon to the country, 1 million gallon of gasoline to the country, Musa is benefiting 10%, 1 gallon, 10%, 1 gallon, 10%, 1 gallon, 10%. So that 10% is what Musa is benefiting from us, the Liberian people. That's why you see Musa passing around here running him more just a pepper bird. If Musa were not benefiting directly from the Liberian people, Musa would not be running here. If Musa were being bad for what he did to the Liberian people by defrauding our road funds money, Musa would not be running around here. But the government is leaning with a character like Musa Berete, a criminal like Musa Berete, he went in Nimba, play on the intelligence of Liberians, and today they have made him a lawmaker.
And again, you can't blame the people, boy, guy. You can't blame the people, the situation they were in at the time. So if the people is in a desperation for change, even if a criminal has under the umbrella of the Messiah, they will accept. That's how better they carry himself at the time. So like that, in rural part of Liberia, the way elections is very easy. It's very easy, Buckeye. So Benedict maneuver his way and became a lawmaker now. So he sits there and want to palm. Imagine if Benedict is telling that the president is fulfilling, is violating the constitution. Benedict is saying the president is violating the constitution. Then Bwaka take a back. And I'm like, is this Liberia for true? That a person that Benedict can tell about laws being violated in the country.
I'm telling you.
A person that Benedict can tell that people are being corrupt. A person that Benedict can tell that government misappropriating or government failing to follow the steps, so there is sensing corruption. A Benedict, Bwaka, then it tells all that in a long way to come, these things will continue to happen in our country. But we want to ask the Liberians this morning, the other lawmakers, right? So the people in district number 7, 2 year lawmaker, Musa Benedict says, you're not winning your machine. Your own machine are coming. You're not winning
your machine.
You're not winning.
Yeah.
The people in Bon County, your representative, Marvin Cole said, you're not winning machine.
District number 10.
You're not winning machine. District number 10. For district number 10, I don't get problem because the rare Oro, I don't see real major problem about Oro, Oro going to Peace Island community. So if I don't want a machine, I own no problem with it. I don't want to, that's weird. But again, your lawmaker said, you're not winning your machine. People in district number 9 as well. I'm saying your lawmaker is saying that.
Yeah, in district number 9.
Yeah, your lawmaker saying that you're wearing a machine. That's good. So let's have the conversation this morning. If this is a will, that's fine. Let people, what are we saying is that not a better conversation can change the decision of the government to invest in road development in this country. Never. Not a better conversation can store the operation of the government in terms of agricultural development in this country. Never. Like I listen to someone, you say who go to the procurement. Let the machine be here already when parking to the PTC barrier now. Then we can call the PPCC to come and do the procurement. Now we're already in Liberia, we can't really buy it. Now in Leo, we can do it that way. But Bwaka, this is a news that satisfies every Liberian. Unless we get resources in the country. So, for instance, and let's be very much, very much, Bwaka emphatic in this conversation. At times we say we get resources. So if we leave, for instance, our resources, so we won't touch it. So when the resources can't work from where it is, so can't be a rule for us. Even if you get resources, you can enter into partnership, right? You can enter into agreement with people to come and take the resources and bring development in your country. So I tell you, the very in Nigeria, other country that have resources, how is it being done? That every time you listen to the conversation and say, but this is where we are. And we need to be very clear to this matter, Bwaka. We need to be very clear that the conversation of ability cannot be the order of the day surrounding the yellow machine thing. Never. And not even a lawmaker can object this thing. It is with the leadership of the House to invite the executive. Even the leadership of the House inviting the executive is just to provide further information. But it will never be a conversation to perhaps silence the government for taking such a bold step. If this is not welcoming to you, it is welcoming to the ordinary Liberians. If this is not welcoming to you, it is welcoming to those Liberians that are out there. On Saturday, what I witnessed, Bwaka, the feeling that the expression on the faces of Liberians, it tells you that this is what Liberians want. And you sit there and say that lawmaker, that people should reject the yellow machine. That a few days ago when you commended the same very strive of the government. Because, and listen, and this is what they are. Like ability, I said this the last time. Belete is maneuvering his way to becoming to become the godfather of Nima politics. County. Because he has understood that Jeremiah Pankun, vice president, that by 2029 Jeremiah could be as concentrated on the national political activities as compared to county politics. That as by 2029, if all goes well, Prince Johnson perhaps will be beyond bars for the crimes he committed. But then the war crimes will be established if the conversation be that way. So Belete is looking at the two figures currently in Nima politics. That Jeremiah Pankun will be basically on the national scene, and a quote unquote godfather, Senator Prince Johnson will be perhaps already serving his jail terms. So they will need a new face of Nima politics to emerge. So to get that done is the Belete and others working their way through. So now what Belete can do, if government is bringing 19 pieces of earth-moving equipment and giving it to the people of Nima, under the supervision of perhaps Senator Prince Johnson, right? And by the concluding state of the conversation, the people of Nima will be seeing that road developed by the government and not by the individual. So Benedict cannot easily take away the conversation from them. He has understood that road connectivity remains a problem in Nima County. Connecting major towns and villages in Nima County roads are deplorable. That the people of Nima need roads as well. So what he's doing, he wants to use his 30 million worth as well, Buckeye, to enter in Nima and start to connect roads. So the people will say, oh, but Benedict building our roads. You see the man building our roads. You see the man building, you see the man connecting our roads. Like that, Buckeye, he takes the glory. He steals the conversation from everyone. Then now he becomes the center of reference that everyone referencing. Someone say, "Cool, now you can move from Blairtown. You go to Dayton. From Blairtown to Dayton, the road has been conditioned. It is most ability that facing the road. Move from here, go to the village, go to the next village, and ability facing the people road there. Then at that you start to being referenced. The more you being referenced, that's the more you gain attention. The more you gain attention politically, that's the more people favor you for no reason. The more people favor you, that's the more you start to take over the space. So that's the mad Benedict has worked out in his mind. So if you're having a government now to come up with a different approach altogether towards the situation, the government is saying that, listen, this is not an individual thing. Road connectivity in this country, an individual cannot build the roads. It is with government priorities as well. Rubbing shoulder with other private citizens. Come and join in this process. So now what we're doing, we're bringing 19 pieces of moving equipment for the people there in Nima. Help condition your road. Let's have this under the presidential infrastructure program. Let's work with our local leaders. Bring all of the clan chiefs, the paramount chiefs, bring out the superintendent. Let's work together. Let's identify the corridors in the county. Take the machines to them. And so Benedict understand by doing that, it becomes a challenge to his already calculated play in his mind to overcome the political space in Nima. So what you want to do to oppose that? Well, the game is a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a very huge challenge for you. All the lawmakers have understood the conversation will be silent. The Constitution, you say you violated. You know how many times you lawmakers have violated the Constitution? The same very laws you talk about. The Liberian National Police had a very fixed mandate that no tricycle should ply on the main corridors. And for EAWA to Central Town, no tricycle should use this route. It was not you, the same very lawmakers that violated that law deliberately. And what has been said. And that's why last time I said, we look forward to the police spokesperson. You cannot subject the ordinary Liberians to obeying the laws. And those that commit the laws are the ones violating it. When you say no tricycle should ply, you're depriving those Liberians that ride the tricycle to a specific corridor. While they were honoring it, you get lawmakers will wait for it. Put tricycles on the road, commercial tricycles, and ride from their homes up to the Capitol building. Violate the same very law you said the ordinary citizens should not violate. Today, ability can have the moral to come and tell that the Constitution is being violated by the importation of machine that will benefit the vast majority of the people who say if this is the case, then I think that parents out there will say they're not continue to violate the Constitution. My man, if we can violate the Constitution and we see our roads built, if we violate the Constitution, we see our road bills. The next time we violate our Constitution, we see farming all the 15 counties. The next time we violate the Constitution, we see schools built. And if that's the case, if George Weah knew that by violating the Constitution, we could build a body island, I think George Weah would have violated the Constitution to build a body island. If George Weah knew that violating the Constitution will bring Lone Star Airway, then I think George Weah would have violated the Constitution to bring Lone Star Airway. Because the final analysis, it has a lasting impact on the progress of this country. And it has a direct benefit on the lives of Liberians. So you said there's a violation of the Constitution. They say Constitution judging around and obeying up the president. Where are we? The ability can say it doesn't violate the Constitution. Well, you very lawmakers, you go at the expense and receive kickbacks. When ability you receive your portion on the 4,500 gas coupon in the country that was issued by the executive quote by the Minister of State. When the Constitution provides that no branch of government should be influenced by the next in terms of financial inducement. You said that and receive it. Or that way, we're not violating. No. We're not violation. That machines that are coming benefit the people, but because it will affect your already planned, calculated attempt to win the minds of the people in Nima politically, so you think that it is an opposing view towards you.
Yeah.
So you can't face what. Thank God that Mazubri reported.
That Mazubri.
So that will not problem. But that Mazubri reporting the brother. So that will not problem by if you are brother come, I'm saying that conversation through a written communication, send it to the speaker, then we'll have a different conversation. But now to speak,
No, we talking to him based on what he wrote on his page.
Yeah.
We're not talking to him as politician because he read it to the speaker yet. So today, fellow Liberians, we're speaking to him the way he's I mean, it is a funny. A character, the Musa ability. So now we'll leave it. This is just our own conversation. The Liberian people will make the decision now. What do you make of Musa ability? Are you rejecting the machines? Probably for this was 7.
It's not just even Musa ability, but all of those makers, even giving credence on this conversation. All of those makers are opposing. This is for you, their constituents. Let's have the conversation.
Okay, so we'll open the phone lines now on 0778 for the men 0778 665 699. Once again, for the men 0778 665 699 or 0880 561 644. 0880 561 644. For our women, our sisters, our mothers, you can call on 0776 549122. The women 0776 549122. You know, I'm taking my time to call the numbers because I want our mothers to be a part of the conversation. So let's go to the phone line and take our first caller here this morning. Good morning, welcome. Your name is joining us from?
Mr. Sekawe from Pudia Tenement.
Mr. Sekawe.
Yeah, I want to add last time for the machine business.
Okay, welcome.
Thank God the machine ra. Thank God. Yeah, you know, Mozambique, we are the people that are damaging the country. These are people that are damaging the country. Mozambique, for the FIFA, you stole the poor money, they sack him from there, he take a pill, they sack him. So these people there, they are criminal. They are not correct. They want to spoil the country. All the money, they are stolen money. So these kind of people there, we know, I'm sorry that the poor voted for him because that same machine he was using. So when he hear that machine coming, so he think that a machine and nobody will get time for him. So that's why he's doing nothing for. But thank God the machine is rare. You know, the last time I was on the air, I told you put that the machine are coming. It happened to Nimba County. When the machine is rare, they put tents. But today, that machine in the push. So I'm appealing to the government. The machine, let it privatize.
Okay.
Let it privatize.
All right. Thanks so much. They should privatize. The machines 0778 665 699. Let's take another person from this line. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Thank you. This is Yenswa. I'm phoning in from Pinsville.
Welcome, Yenswa.
You know, it is so saddening when you listen to people speaking to their leaders in such a manner as compared to your studio guest, I don't know if your guest or your co-host. Honorable Musa Berete did not say that the machines should be rejected.
No. Listen to me. No.
Yeah.
No, you.
I'm listening to him.
Okay, all right. Because I want us to have a conversation. We're not cutting you off because you disagree with us. You understand? You follow what he posted on his social media page?
I listened to him last night.
No. You follow what he posted on his social media page?
I said, I am saying to you that I listened to Musa Berete last night.
I'm asking you. I'm asking a specific. I'm asking. Okay. Then I think please go and reread what he posted on his social media page. Then you can come up with the argument.
He said everything on Facebook. He said everything. Yeah. But for me now as a Liberian, let me give my opinion on those machines. Okay. Those machines, they are welcoming. They are useful to Liberia. We really need them. We need more than what we have now. And we do appreciate the government for the effort thus far. But all we are asking for is to give us the accountability of those machines.
Okay.
Is that too much to ask for?
All right. Thank you.
All
right.
How the machines are procured, how they came to the country, it's all important for us to know.
All right.
So I don't think it's a bad thing for us to be asking those questions.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's what I heard him saying last night on the radio.
Now, I said, go and follow his Facebook page. You will see what he wrote there. That's all. Okay, brother?
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much. Let me take a lady from this line here quickly. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, Nimo, joining us from?
I'm joining you from Johnson with Manny Lena.
Yeah, Lena, welcome.
Yeah. When Sano County, that something we are saying, can say, and then chase some man from Sano County there, from the street. The man chasing from there. But Musa Belete by in confused because on spoon talk last night. The one who on the with the CEO, he was talking about teenagers. The extended asking, he said, Musa, the thing he's talking here, he really he says, still are confused now. So that man is confused. The 1986 constitution, they never before they were talking about violating law. We are violating constitution. We want a yellow machine and something we are when the Sanopo Yeremi Nana. It's something we are still against our machine. They must chase him and I go Sano County.
Okay.
They should too. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let me take another female. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Precious Managwe. I'm joining you guys from Congo Tamba. Constitution, I think he violated the constitution too, because he carried most of those machines in Nima County, and because of the development he did there, based upon that was why the people of Nima County him. So if he would say the yellow machine is violation of the constitution, I think we should keep violating the constitution over and over and again, because I don't know what he's saying, because one minute he for the government, the next minute he against the government, he kind of confused.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. Women's participation is key. Let's come back to the men line. Take 2-2. Let's take the men from here. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, brother in the studio, and let me say good morning to our many listeners.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Ramsey Joseph, and I do join you from District 5, Mosorado County.
This is your first time participating?
I'm more often call on your talk shows of time.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, brother. Just to everyone who participated, they gone October election, and they were opportune to win their fellow police who are in a race with them. We're saying this to them. Anyone who would think within themselves that they can go against the old machine that the old bringing to help our road connectivity systems in Liberia, that they think that they can go on the radio, they get their mantle as anytime they want to have press conference, they can go against it, they lie to themselves. When they campaign against themselves, we will make sure we campaign against them. But look, I think that low lawmakers I think so. If anyone who want to be re-elected or you mean for good business, I think they can go against that machine. Because as far as we concern, we will continue to pray for this for the Ome government as he started doing it already. Let him complete it. If you don't listen to nobody, since the 1970, when Liberia was formed, the constitution was made. Where Lunsa Liberia, you know how many times someone in that was violating because they didn't get caught. Oh man, I show them face so that they can delay the system that some of them because they are
Thank you so much for calling in and being a part of the conversation. We're still taking your calls 0778-685-699. 0778-685-699. Let's take somebody from the diaspora. Good morning, welcome. I'm doing pretty well. Welcome to the show.
our lost the work from Facebook. You see, all over Europe and around the world, you will not see lawmakers talking plenty. All they do, they write this information, they write it to their committees, and because they do a lot of investigation. They call the people into their communities. They ask them these questions, and these questions definitely I know people within the executive will give to them. But they want to play politics out of everything. They want to go out on Facebook and let me tell you, anybody who play with those machine and business, they know. This is why they are so careful. One ability know that because he get a little money, that money business, he just thinks because of money, people will vote for him. People only did it because he carried those machines and those machines work for him. So any machine that they will carry, they establish those zones, it will not be working for them. This is why they are fighting against it. And they just think they will come into power, onto power with those kind of fake information. It will be people, they will reject them. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for calling in from the diaspora. Let's take somebody else on this other line here quickly. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Welcome.
Thank you. Let me say good morning. It's good to hear about the status of Moldova. Let me clear with this issue. You know, I hear people talking about constitutional violation. When Moses Perete got to know that Liberia government violated the constitution when he was here supporting the CDC. Now let me get three constitutional provisions that were violated under the things talking about constitution. Now, Article 10 that says the constitution should be taught in every school in this country. Have it been done? Have that ever been done in this country? Are they teaching the constitution in school? No. That is violation. And Musa saw that under the CBC government, he says supported them. So if even people talking about process going to PPCC or whatsoever channel that it should have gone to, my brother, if even it should have gone to PPCC, if there were any motive of corruption would have still taken place. Do you know how many things about PPCC in this place that corruption took place? The similar package, when we not here, even the COVID-19 time, the similar package did not package the PCCC and other did we get anything? The government will push on warfare. People say no, they can't order warfare. Warfare will push on the government. Today, that's on a 5 million similar package for COVID-19 food distribution. Where if fiasco. So where were they at the time? So even I'm talking about now, you know, look, I got upset when I even on Musa talking about the constitution of violated. They should have gone through the proper channel. People who talking about this must go through proper channel. They at least go through proper channel. Is that right? For government to allocate 45,000 in the budget for themselves.
Yeah.
They should the proper channel, but it's all a bit done. It's not supposed to be, but they pass it through the proper channel. So there are things that can be done in the proper channel that is not supposed to be. That's what that is.
Okay.
We will.
For the men 0778 665 699, the male 0776 665 699 or 0880561644. Our mothers can call on 0776549122. For the women 0776549122. But let's take some of our colleagues that are following us through the Facebook page. Just Japlo M. Say good morning. I'm following. Then we have that's Josephus T. Say good morning. I'm following from Habel. We have Mawa Sherry. Good morning, my brother Boakai. Then again, Malifa MFK Kamara say good morning. My two bosses, Boakai and Harris. Okay, good morning. Then we get David Vandy say good morning, BK. I'm watching the show live from Logan Town, opposite Matthew High School. That's Matthew High School in Logan Town. Okay, David. Then we get David again. David Quill say good morning, Punch. I'm watching from Tottenham, Bombay County. Hello guys, I'm watching from Banga City, Bon County. We get Robert Mombe say good morning. I'm watching from GSA Road, Painesville. Ambassador Christopher G. Kasi, I'm foreign from Bond County. Sidiki Bedete, Sidiki say good morning, guys. I'm watching from New Matadi Estate. LT Lawrence Johnson say good morning. I'm watching from So Clinic. Seku Sango say good morning, Punch. I'm watching live from Clay Street, Moreover, my high school Prezo Harris. Good morning. And sophisticated Harris, the Liberian People President. They talk. Thank you, JMB. Then we have David say David say impunity is a criminal. Everyone knows that. JMB will fix this country. Dennis Jala, that's Dennis Jala. Okay, Dennis Jala said, good morning, Punch FM and TV. I'm watching live from Cinco FE. Then we have Moba G Zol, that's Zeze say, good morning, Punch family. My name is Moba Zeze, following live from Lofa Embassy, located in Zeze community. Thanks for the talking point. Agu Bishop Kotu, good morning, Punch FM, and thanks for your enlightenments. P. Stephen Boyman say Benete will be running for vice president to we are 2029. So he's trying to destroy this government, but his plan are dead upon arrival. Okay. Julius Connor says the statement was made prior to attending the CDC so-called comeback from that. Now. What do you expect from him? Then we have Alex saying they are vexed because our president doesn't want to give them the brown envelope. Jeremiah, that's Jerome Pega say the gentlemen are foreign, high gentlemen are foreign from Richmond. That's MN. We'll stop there. We'll take some of your comments later on, but let's go to the phone line and take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Thank you, Braga. Let me say good morning to you and your many listeners. Braga, let us above Meska, Braga, join the discussion from District 6 for Esikopa Road this morning. Let me appreciate you guys. So, Braga, let me applaud the Liberal government, Honorable Joseph Nima Braga, Excellency, for bringing in these machines to help our country. So, when it comes to the mission issue, those are against development people like Musa Hassan based in all along make opposition. This guy doesn't have time or more to discuss the issue in this country. Now, one of the members of it that break LSA down today, what does he have to tell the Liberian people? If they want to destroy the country today, and to all because he sees that executive refusing to get the envelope because it is not business as usual. We are discussing in 6 months, for Honorable Braga to bring 200 some more machines in this country. In 6 months, George Manning, we have built 20 million homes. We are asking the masses to open our door.
All right, thank you so much, my brother. You know, Mr. Kelvin Deming is the station manager of Prime 105.5, and he visited the Southeast recently. I think he's on his way back from the Southeast, and we want to ask him how is the road condition like, because a lot of people have been making statement on how the road condition is like, whether it is good or it is bad. But he's been an investigative journalist and somebody that is not biased in his reportage. We'll get all the fair analysis on how the road is like. I have Mr. Kelvin Deming live from us, with us this morning. Mr. Deming, good morning. Welcome to the Punch Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Buakai. Good morning, members, followers, and the listeners of Punch FM. Monrovia. Yeah,
the place is good. It's good to have you. How you doing this morning, health wise?
Well, it's like really very cold, because I left for the Southeast from Monrovia on a Friday, and we had to back our way from Ganta City, Nimba County to Plebo. in Maryland County. So we disembarked. We left on Friday morning. No, early Saturday morning. We left early because we left Monrovia on a Friday in the late afternoon hours around 4. And we did not want to risk, going into the Southeast. Matter of fact, the last time I was in the Southeast was in 2016. And so since then, I've never been to the Southeast until Friday. I over there.
Yeah,
So we left.
and that's the question I was just about to ask you when last you visited. But you said since 2016. So commuting from Ganta to the Southeast there, in that part of Liberia, I don't know, how is the condition of the road? How was it like in 2016 that you saw it in 2016 and now? What's the difference? Is there any improvement or not?
Well, Boakai, I like I said, when Mr. Boakai, who is now the president of Liberia, announced in 2023 during the campaign period that cars wouldn't get stuck up in the mud. In 100 days, he mentioned. I was one person who felt that it was really impossible for that to happen. And so subsequently, he won the elections as president of Liberia. And I had to give it time until the 100 days ended. Immediately after the 100 days, I decided to embark on the journey to the Southeast. But I felt that it was not the best time to go there because it was the dry season. So I thought the best time to go there was during the rainy season. Of course, we know that we have had 2 months of showers, intense rainfall. So that's how I took a team of Liberian journalists for us to go into the Southeast. I was afraid to take my car into the Southeast because I did not want to be that car would not get stuck up into the mud. So I told the guys, and secondly, I needed to be on the radio today. So I wanted to have a fast access. So that's how we chartered motorbikes to take us from Ganta, who you imagine. From Ganta, we went over to Tapeta. From Tapeta, we went over to Tostown, Zwedru. From Zwedru, we went over to Fishtown in River County. From Fishtown, then we went over to People was where we stopped. The critical area, the area of conversation and consideration on that road is from Ganta to not Ganta, but where they got Cocopa rubber plantation that's in Nimba County, just minutes away from Seclepie. Yes, so from Seclepie to Fishtown. Fishtown, of course, is the capital of the River G. So like 15, 20 minutes into Fishtown is the area of consideration, because from Fishtown to Plebo, where we slept, where we stopped, is entirely paved. It's alpha pavement, what we call Kota. So the survey and our assessments were on the areas that I mentioned, from Fishtown to Seclepie, or from Seclepie to Fishtown. That's the area under consideration. So again, I would like to do this on my platform first. I mentioned, I would say to the public, and I'm not just doing this by word of mouth. I have I have video evidence. I spoke primarily with the rules. You know what I mean? Maybe he spoke with people from Ganta. So pictures are evidential, videos are evidential. In the video, After tomorrow, or not, and then after I can find some time where you and I can sit on your shore to have this conversation.
Yeah,
Makoli want to come in.
Yeah,
Harris?
really quickly before we take leave of you, Mr. Dembe, I'm concerned as to especially the corridor you mentioned from Saclipie there to Fishtown as being one of the areas of concentration. Are there any road works being done on that road currently as we speak? This part is challenging condition.
Yeah, so like I said, I'll be detailed tomorrow, but let me be ahead of myself. There's not just road works been done, just a massive road works been done.
Okay.
Massive. I like to tag it that way. Massive road works been done. Just in between 2 days, because like I mentioned, we left on Saturday morning for the Southeast, and just to come back yesterday, because I arrived late in Ganta. We arrived late in Ganta last night. We're about to head for Monrovia. Just within relatively the short space of time, there were some transformation on the road.
Okay. Yeah, before you go finally from our end, how many days it took you to tour the entire place, like the places that you went? Was it like 2 to 3 days, or a lot of back then you used to take them like a week and a half lying, on the roads, it would take them days to be on the road. But how long it take you? It took you like 2 days to go and come back to Montserrat, or what? Which one?
Good question. We took from Ganta to Saclipie, we took less than an hour. I'll be doing all of the tabulation. I'll be doing all of the tabulation. I have it on my record, but I'm out. I came to eat, and then I got this call. Remember, this was never planned. So that was one. So it took less than an hour from Ganta to Saclipie. It took almost an hour from Saclipie, a little over an hour from Saclipie to Tapeta, Nimba County. A little over an hour. Maybe an hour, just maybe an hour, some change, an hour, 10 minutes. Yeah, an hour, 15 minutes from Saclipie to Tapeta. From Tapeta to Zwedru, it took almost 2 hours. From Tapeta to Zwedru, which is the capital of Grenjide, it took almost 2 hours. And I thought that it would have taken maybe an hour 45 minutes. Part of the reasons why it took maximum 2 hours is because we had to make stops, we had to do videos, we had to to look at the critical. Most of the videos that we did were the critical areas on the roads, the critical areas on the road, and there was a voice in the back end on the name of those places. So then so it took like maximum 2 hours from Tapeta to Zwedru. I'm sure it's about an hour 45, an hour 30 minutes thereabout, but it is not more than 2 hours that we took, I must admit. Then from Zwedru to Fishtown, we took an hour 45 minutes. And then from Fishtown, because the road is like the road starts when you enter to welcome to Fishtown, you take like about on back, because we go back. We took like about 10, 15 minutes on the quota starts before to the checkpoint that welcomes you into Fishtown, the capital of River G. On back is about 15, 20 minutes to Fishtown itself. From there to Plebo, where we slept, it's Alpha pavement. It's Alpha pavement, meaning it's quota pavement. So we took from there to, because we took like almost 2 hours into Plebo. From Plebo to Fishtown, because it was in the night when we arrived in Plebo City. But technically, onto your question, we left Ganta 11. We left Ganta 11.
That's 11 a.m. or p.m.
11:40 a.m.
Okay.
And we arrived 10 o'clock p.m. into Plebo, Maryland County. Yeah, and if we manage the turnaround time, the times that we stop, if you take 1 hour from there, so you can do the mathematics, 11:40 to 10, exactly 10 o'clock p.m. when we arrive. If you minus 1 hour from there, because we start. I know one of the bags had puncture. Because we took 2 bags. With bags had puncture, so we had to wait. I had to play check with some papi there. Yeah, and then we took like about 20 minutes to have it repaired. So the turnaround time, the time we had to eat to cool off a little, it would take 1 hour from there. So you can do the mathematics. So
yeah, that would be roughly about 10 to 11 hours.
Yeah. No, 10 to 11 hours. You said 10 to 11 hours. So 10:40 to 10. 10:40 to 10 o'clock p.m.
11:40 to 10 o'clock p.m. So it's
11:40 a.m. to 10.
11:40.
Okay.
12:40 is 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you saw Texas.
I tell you, when I come on the radio, when you invite me, there are some other things I will tell you which is beneficial for the growth and development of our country. Like I said, the reason why I did not want to start to speak to some issues, I don't want people to say he's lying. I like to be detailed with my conversation. I want to show pictures. I want you to see those pictures. I want you to see those videos. So when you are asking me, like, did you see taxi drivers? I want to show you taxi drivers if I did see them. If you ask me, did you see bus? Did you see trucks? I want to show it to you. I want to show you the critical areas that have been that have been fixed on the road. You know, and the good thing about it, people who are, and I will share those videos, I'll share those pictures with you, so that the public can be able to verify, especially people who know that road more than you and I.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Mr. Demi, for chipping in with us this morning, and we hope to have you here anytime this week. Once you are back and set up in, we'll invite you, sir.
The pleasure is
Thanks so much. That's the voice of Mr. Deming. He's the manager there at Prime FM. He's speaking to us live from he's now in Nimba County. How did you listen to Mr. Demi?
Yeah, exactly. Walker, you listen to him and he online. So like from I've not been in the Southeast, so I'm not familiar with the corridors. But according to what he said, from Ganta to Tapeta to Saklipi, the school from Saklipi to Fishtown is where it is very challenging, and from Fishtown the road to Plibo is Alpha pavement. So like the yellow machines are already here. That area that is challenging between from Saklipi to Tapeta. I'm saying from Saklipi to Fishtown. He said even though it's challenging, it took at least an hour to get through. So imagine an hour. So if that road is conditioned, and like you said, massive work is being ongoing as we speak. Waka, the coming of those machines are important, and they are at the right time. They are at the right time.
So, folks, we will not talk too much. You listen to somebody. He's not in our employ. He's the manager there at Prime FM. A lot of people know Kelvin Deming. So he's there, and he visited the Southeast, and we hope to have him here. So, but you listen to him, and he said that there have been a lot of improvement on the roads. Let's take this person here quickly on the line. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, brother. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name is Johnny us from?
I'm Jefferson Kelly calling from Simple Beach, from community. Okay, thank you for the conversation. Because they are not there to check it out. They are there to something that land and they do all those things are been doing for the past years, and that up to today, there's no good education. Everything that is in the country is derived from those people that are up there, people and lawmakers. Okay, the mission that's in the country, the proper channel was not put together. Well, let me ask you, the proper channel that was put together for the free people of Monrovia, we understand that proper channel was together. Well, from that time up to present, we are not receiving what we, the citizens, the common people, should benefit, because what the proper channel, we put the proper channel together. At the end of the day, they give in blank envelope. Today, we, the common people, we are still suffering.
Okay.
Then the proper channel was done again when they were running their campaign. The president called them, the former president called them to go and sign another agreement for So I'm there mountain for 25 years. They came back here, they sang it was a proper channel. But from that time up to present, no benefit for we the common people.
Okay.
So yeah, I tell my president, thank you. As for me, I don't even want them to do something to get them blind envelope. When they agree, they agree. When they don't agree, thank God the nations are in the country.
When I agree, the Liberian people agree, eh?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for calling in. The women can call on 0778 no, the women can call on 0776 549 Let's take mine, Game. Good morning, welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome. Your name? Okay. You are.
I'm Oma Mary.
Okay. Welcome, Ma Mary.
I'm calling you from Bon County.
Oh, Bon County.
Yes.
But one of your lawmakers here, I accept the mission here.
We are not listening to these people because they are not there in our interest. They are there for themselves, to enrich themselves. The only law that the lawmakers are making in Liberia is to enrich themselves, not for us. They are not in our interest. But I tell God, thank you for Beacon President Joseph Nima Boakai. God will give him long life. He will take care of this country. And God will continue to bless him. God will give him good health. They will be seen. We welcome the yellow machine in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you. Ma Mary from Bon County there following us this morning. Let's take somebody else from this line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name is joining us from?
Yeah, Thomas Bauer, and I call you from Wasson, Foya District, Lofa County.
Okay, Thomas, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for the topic under discussion. For us, what we are waiting for Honorable Thomas Fowler to come and tell us that equipment that have come in the country, to help the Liberian people, at least let him come and tell us that it is not in his interest. My brother, let me not lie to you. The thing that take out for will be more than that.
Okay, my brother, thank God that you are in Wasonga, in Foya District. How is the road condition from because I know that place so good. I don't know, from Kolahun to Foya, from Foya to Masambola home, from Masambola home to Popala home, Kianta home, Nyoketa home. Have you recently visited some of these places?
For long, it's been a while, but realistically speaking, people coming from Monrovia, in just few hours, not even a day. But before, people used to take 3-4 days. But this time, our family members can even live from Monrovia. Like quite recently, our grandmother died. People came from Monrovia. Just in an hour. Some people even spend 4 hours getting married. Yeah. People get along with bike. To Foya by 3 o'clock. Look at that kind of thing. Yeah, but before, forget it. Almost one week. Yeah. So now, if the president is making effort, at least so that everybody, will not be complaining that the road is bad. We are unable to carry our goods, our market, to move this, that. Goods are spoiling. This is the boost. Now, for somebody to even can say, this, that, the president did not pass to a proper channel. What I keep forget it. All we know, we want development in the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us from Lofa County, my brother.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay, we still taking your calls 0778 699. Let's take another person here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Baga. How's the morning?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Miracle CJ calling from Soukmine.
Okay.
Yeah, first of all, I want to tell God thank you for the president for your hard work. I believe that this president has the country at heart because what he's doing is in the interest of the masses. But where a lawmaker is coming because the president is trying to take off in bondage, that means when they're ready to run their campaign, I will face your role. You vote for me. I will face your role. So we see that they have become a demon god. But now this president is saying, no, the people of Liberia, they need to enjoy their own resources. So how can we be enjoying our resources? Then somebody say we should enjoy it. For what reason? So for me, I support the president that he has come to take the country from bondage, from the hands of those guys who just come around, fool our people with few rest, with rule, all kinds of things. So as in the president, thank you. God will protect you and God will guide you. You'll do more for your country. Our children will enjoy in Jesus' name.
Amen. 0778-665-699 for the men. 0778-665-699 for the men, or 0880-561-644, 0880-561-644. The ladies can call us on 0776-549122. For women, 0776-549122. And the lines that you can call. You listen to an independent journalist in person of Mr. Kelvin Deming, giving us his analysis on how the condition of the road is, like from where he is in the southeast to the amount of days that he took. He's giving his independent analysis as a reporter. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. We are talking about development, and development adding up to that. Let's take this person. Let's take this caller here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, where joining us from?
My name is David S. Walker. I'm from District Number 10.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Walker.
Okay, let me first of all say thank you to the president for bringing my brother alive. When he took him from Foya, he was almost like somebody who was dead. Brought him to JFK, make him to live today. I must say thank you. Let's go to the yellow machine. You know that the lawmakers using this yellow machine issue, because if they don't have, if Liberia don't have yellow machine, they import their 1 or 2 yellow machine. They will use that to get into the house.
Yeah.
They will use it to get into the house, because if they go and pave little road or sometimes face a little bridge, then they will say, oh, I made this, I did this for you, I did that for you. For this reason, they are against the machine that are coming. But I will not tell you lie. If this government pave all the roads, they have nothing else to talk about for them to run their campaign. So it will be very difficult for them to run their campaign. This is why they are trying to oppose the coming of this yellow machine. But God will be with Liberia, live with Liberia, and love Liberia.
Okay.
In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thanks so much for calling in. We have our brother and friend with us in person of Mr. Noah Zao Gibson. Mr. Gibson, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Well, Buck, I am so grateful to God that He has healed me gradually from my sick dad since I got sick last week. At least I'm preparing to go to work this week. But you say, what did Kelvin Deming say? What did he say? I didn't listen to him.
Major work have been done on the road corridor, and there have been a lot of improvement from what he saw so far. Major improvement on the roads.
You will not only hear this from Kelvin Deming alone. As I speak to you, Chokon Repu from OKFM just returned from there. I spoke with him personally behind the scene. In fact, Chokon Repu, what he told me, he said the road is perfect. That was the exact word he used. He said the road is perfect. Contrary to people who've been posting on the social media, they went and took places that had never even been touched, or prior to the time the road was in a bad condition. Those were photos, previous photos they took, and they posted it and thinking that this government is a government that can lie. No, we are not a perfect government. We didn't come to tell the Liberian people that we will run a perfect government. We know there have been some missteps along the way since this government took over, and we didn't chastise for that by you, the press, and we welcome that. So this alone will help us to do more than what we're supposed to do. So, but why it's true, it has not been easy, but equally so, a lot is happening. A lot has happened within the first 6 months of this regime. the yellow machine issue. Like the caller just said from on the old road, Mr. Boakai. I can tell you, BK, from what we saw in the streets on Saturday when those machines were being paraded, if the lawmakers know what we know, the people they representing were the same people that were celebrating. So meaning the people have sent a message to them, go ahead and work with the executive to do whatever you need to do to pay for the machines. Any attempt to think that they will resist the machine being paid for, thinking that they want to strangulate this government in the name of making opposition to have strength, they will meet the wrath of the people. And I'm saying that the people reaction alone tell on Saturday. So they try it. What we're hearing, what the people are planning to different corridor in this country before a 6-year comes to an end. So this country can be opened up. You don't have a role, you don't have a country. So I think they should celebrate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noah Zhao Gibson. Let's take Minister Larama Iyonton. He want to weigh in this morning on the conversation. That's Minister Larama Iyonton. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Bogat. Thanks for having me. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome to the conversation this morning.
Yeah. We had the public to inform the Liberian people terms and number. Between now and 2029, we'll have all of the major streets, all of the major roads in this country are paved. We're committed to continuing and delivering on our campaign promises, the RX agenda, because road is critical to development. And if we are able to resolve this critical infrastructure need freely, we are able to open those roads so that people who are farmers can be able to move their produce to the city and sell their produce. It will change the dynamics of the economic condition of our people. So I just wanted to weigh in. The second aspect of this is that we understand those from the other side who think that, this is a slap in the face, that in 6 months, this government has been able to achieve this major and critical milestone. We understand that. We encourage them to embrace it. You cannot be anti-developmental when you represent your people, because they send you there to represent their interests. You cannot be unpatriotic. This is a nationalistic and patriotic draft that is driving development across this country. So I just wanted to weigh that in.
Thanks so much, Minister Larama Iyonton, there from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, waiting in this morning. And there have been this other news trending on the social media. President Boakai reduces his salary by 40%. Yeah,
it's very important.
40%. This is the first time. This is the first of a kind that a president will go as far as 40%. Others stop to 20%. But President Boakai said that he's doing his own. He's going 40%. He's reducing his salary by 40%. Let's take this other caller here on the line. Good morning. Welcome.
How are you coming on?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name, where you joining us from?
This is Abba Kemuga in Carwell.
Welcome, Abba.
Thank you very much. I listen to a lot of radio stations. I get training going. They're not talking, say, the library people not want a machine. The only noise we hear now is they respected the horse. So they see horse here, according to information, it sounds 68 Bugos agreement. Nothing happened to them. But then what the people want? Why they can't give chance? Look, I was stuck out to Barnabas Junction on Saturday just because of the sake of that machine. And any attempt to say the first thing they're going for a break for the independence, right? Let them go in their constituent. They will not say that in Montreal and be drinking beer or in a club. Let them go to their constituent and ask the people that if people that Mr. Boakai they respect, should we get the machine back? get the consent of the people. When the people say carry back, but if they're not careful, if they carry that discussion to the people will chase them out of the country, they will not believe it. So that's what they're doing there. They better forget what that machine. Law. Within law, whether the law broke, why not harm anybody? Their law is they're breaking all the law. If that's true, it's harmless. Let work with this thing and put the machine power. That's it. Thank you.
All right, Abba, thanks so much. The law, breaking of the law is harmless.
If that's true, breaking law, what the law harmless now?
The law working in the interest of the Liberian people. We still taking your call 0778665699 0800561. Tomorrow we'll look at the issue about the president reducing his salary by 40%. We'll take some time out tomorrow to look at that. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Harris and Boaka, how you doing?
Good morning.
Very well.
Thank you. This is Pascal Davis from District 6.
Go ahead.
Pascal, welcome, sir.
Thank you. I don't know why people are always in the habit of misinterpreting and misunderstanding people. It left with me. The government will bring in 10,000 machines today. Look, nobody in the right mind. And that's why it just makes us different from the people who are members of the ruling party. We didn't farm our roads. It was them who said they were not evil. We did not find a free tuition. We did not find a WASI. We did not find a pack. We embraced anything that was meant to change the lives of our people. It was the Unity Party who said these things were not good. We are not stopping anybody, but let us be very aware and cognizant of the fact that this country, Liberia, has three distinct branches of government. Check and balance is the most important iron of democracy. Are we saying that because you perceive there are opposition lawmakers in the legislature, on the basis of that, you will bypass every laws of the country? Is that what somebody is making me to think this morning? You assume that because Timber is from CDC, because he's a CDC, but that's not it. There's other independent lawmakers in legislature.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pascal.
Yeah, let me conclude. I know I will not stay too long. Let me conclude.
Yeah, but you know you not talk more than 2 minutes.
For me, I just want to ask Pascal that if the executive quote unquote is breaching the Constitution as the way it is being perceived, I mean, what's the way to go forward? I mean, what's the way the legislature should do it? Is it first looking at the problem?
No. The fact is, Benedict was being criticized, and you forget to read the first post of Benedict when that issue of machine came.
No, I read it. Probably you're not listening.
Then you know he embraced the first post.
Yes, he did.
He did that, right?
And later someone
what did he say? He said, in as much it follow the process and procedure, we will welcome it. Look, Waka, no matter how you think, the legislature must get involved. This is a government.
Okay.
If you want 10 machine, we agree. Just follow the process. The promise of worker have come on the matter of change. Accountability is must, and we must follow it.
Thank you.
Don't rely on the ignorant of our people and think that we'll go against our lawmaker because you bring 10 machines. In fact, you are 285. Why I said that we have not received the 500?
Thank you so much.
It's not something to worry you,
Pascal, it's not something to worry
you.
Pascal,
why are we not
listen,
the 500 machine?
Listen, Pascal, it's not something to worry because what I'm understanding is that you did not follow the Saturday conversation when the Minister of State portfolio was asked that question. She says the reason is because of the storage facilities. We were told by the port authorities that we cannot overwhelm the storage facilities. There are other Liberians and business people that are bringing their goods as well. So we got to do it.
I agree. So
I will satisfy the conversation.
Yeah, brother Harris, I agree. So did you also ask the minister where these machines were being sourced from? Did you ask that question to her?
Conversation be on my message.
Last time we were looking at
Pastor, amen.
Yeah, he left it line.
I want to ask Pastor, but they say I shouldn't be Joey about 2029. I want to ask him.
Yeah. He said Joey, are not a rightful person. But I know my man Pascal will call. One thing I level, you may call. Good morning, welcome.
Waga?
Yes, sir.
This is Mr. Kemuka. You know, we're talking about the country. We don't want for people to come and politicize this thing. We are talking about what the people want. We are talking about someone beat you in election, you are frustrated, you are traumatized, and you want to come and tell people, say, the woman is clear. What happened with the Igbo man loan? Why Pascal not talking about the Eton loan? Why in the auto? No, we're not here for a joke. We know everything. Even in social activity, when someone take a woman from you, even when the person dies, you want people on their grave. So even if Joseph Parker brings Damon, quality and with all the streets, Pascal will say they now follow the law. We know Pascal, they people they are frustrated people. Thank you.
Thanks so much for calling in 0778 665 699 for the men. 0778 665 699. Our women can call on 0776 549122 for the ladies. 0776 549122. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Mr. Chepilo from Johnsonville.
Mr. To, welcome.
I want to contribute on a program that is the issue of Musa Bedeti's statement. I monitored Spoon last night and everybody welcoming yellow machines coming to Liberia. But what I'm seeing, I want to be extra here myself. I'm saying when I'm anybody, procurement have to be done with concern of another branches of government, especially when you bring huge procurement like that in. So it will cost money to maintain those materials. So what we are saying, send their year, they can go back. If for all we take up from grant to from grant sales. Thank God there are some of them going grant sales. I tell God thank you for back the bedroom and time I will get guru. But I leave the money put burden on the people that there will be money paid and later on what them for. Were they brought as a loan or were they paid for by the president already? Oh, it will be a good thing for all President Boaga pay for them already. We are nothing to pay again. But if there will be a Martin like what you put Martin or involve my man yourself and the Boaga. I know you be there to Joseph Boaga. Hello.
Go ahead. Attack the man. So then Joseph Boaga.
Then the Boaga in studio, the Boaga in studio now. So we got to understand we Boaga is there. Sorry. So what we are saying is that we want it to be clear. We want it to be clear. Whether there will be battle system, I think the man will know battle system. Those days when you're taking pepper, you give me salt. You're taking salt, you give me pepper. So we want to understand that the machine coming or they are them people. There's going to be a clarity.
Okay.
What a good thing. That's all we're saying. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. 0778 665 699 0880 561 644. Keep your calls coming in this morning and you will be live with us on the Punch Breakfast Show. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name is joining us from?
My name is Eric Langama and I call you from 22nd.
Okay.
I listened to the conversation this morning and I want to appreciate you and the co-host for the conversation. Coming to the yellow machine, the Liberian people need to change. And I want the Liberian people, most people who continue to compare the past regime to this regime. We are now on the terrorism track. The United Party-led government is doing their own. It's doing their government, only their governing different have done there. We shouldn't be comparing the past regime and this is the same mistake that CBC made. So those machines are already in the country. We need those machines. Mr. Belete, you put it the right way. Mr. Belete used a device, a room method. It's the same as Thomas Fala when he went to Foya. So we are not even listening to him this time around.
Okay.
Because we know who is Musa Belete.
All right. Thanks so much for calling in 0778665699. Are the lines that you can call. Now take this person. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Andrew. We're still calling for the rest of our community.
Welcome, Andrew.
Returning to the yellow machine.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, we thank God at least out of 285. Few are in the country because Liberians were denying. Liberians were not even believing that the machine were going to be in town. Well-meaning Liberians that call themselves Liberians. They even said it was fear. Some of them said that fiasco. Some of them said it was something that was just taking pictures that was just taken from the internet, and then the government is posting out of it. My brother, in the country, people make cake. People make fly Liberia out of cake. They share it today. It is in the stomach. Where are the engines of the plane? Where are the wings of those
But
planes?
but the people said that they needed a second term. That's the time we are going to implement some of these things that they perform to the Liberian people.
The government needs second term. The problem is that they are about to start, and they are already started. Accountability, yeah, we agree. These are the people today, the road firms, they have start over it, and then nothing. But the government will go after those people one at a time. Let them go to CDC.
Okay.
Let them go there and fight to become, I don't know, standard bearer or what.
They may want to be the message want to be vice president to Joe. We are come to the but later on he someone sorted he say he will call on his own colleague, which is George. We are not to contest for the presidency because he remember my brother. I come in. You're coming. I'll give the luxury of time. This man divided the Liberty Party. Don't forget about that. This man divided came up to the CPP and divided the CPP. Don't forget about that. So this same man lied to the Liberian people that if Mr. Comey don't win in this country, he will resign his post as lawmaker in Liberia. Yeah. The same man us that accept a yellow machine, but he's the one taking yellow machine from his own pocket, from the Liberian taxpayer money, carrying it to district number 7 and making it know that he's a godfather of district number 7 in my county.
Oh yes. That the kind of leader we like. That the kind of leader people embrace. That the kind of leader people let us embrace. But we as a unit, we know all of those things. We know all of those things that we think we did far away from the party. Let it go to other parties to get it apart. But the world is watching. Liberians is watching. This is Liberia. This is Liberia. Liberia has reborn again. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. We'll take some Facebook comments here this morning. Alex Johnson say I've read some of these things. Let me go back. I think I say, Bwaka, you guys are giving Musa too much relevance by making him a subject of discussion. No. Like we say here, when people bring up the topic, we will make sense of it. This other person say, Christina say, good morning, guys. Following live from Jangum City, India. This other person, David Jala, say, good morning. Following from Rare Light. David Jala say again, Belete doesn't have moral to tell the people of Nimba about corruption. Musa, that's Moses Matt Richardson say, Belete is not a thinker. What are his plans for the county-wide development? He's just a talking head. We have Robertson Richardson watching live from Louisville, Kentucky. Then we get 12. Franklin say, great show, great news, brother. Then we get Logan again say JMB is up for business. Then we have Alex Johnson say good news. Then we have the managing director of the Liberian Water Sewer Corporation, in person of Mr. Mohammed Ali say, great show, guys. Good morning, Mr. Mo Ali. Hope you are doing well wherever you are this morning. He's following the broadcast. We hope he can chip in this morning. we hope Mo can chip in this morning to make sense of this discourse. Why are the guys so annoyed about the importation of machines?
Of course.
Yeah, we hope Mo can chip in this morning. We are anticipating his call. So, but we're still taking your calls on 077-866-5699, 080561644. Our mothers can call on 0776-549122. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome. Your name, where joining us from?
Hey, I'm Chesedi Kwe calling from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Kwe.
Yes, I've been trying hard to get a use, but thank God, that saves time. But with the issue of the yellow machine, I want to tell the Liberian people that Ome Bwaka is a very, very wise man. Yeah, okay, yeah, very, very wise. You know, during the campaign time, Cummings, what did he say? He said we can't be doing one thing over and over and get different results. You know what? It will take that woman has suggested to his horse that we want to bring yellow machine and what has you? You know how long we would have taken before they approve it? No, it would have taken more time. Okay, and see the condition of the country. Okay? And the man say, I'm a rescue mission, I came on rescue mission. So if you are, let me ask you a question. If you are drowning in the sea and someone see your twine to hold and get all the sea, then you will say, no,
you hold it.
Don't give me the twine, I want cable.
You will hold it.
Yeah, you know it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for one person I love calling on. I love them calling on show every morning is this a woman in person of D-War. D-War, good morning, welcome. This is your first time calling on the Punch Breakfast Show, and we hope you'll be a part of this show. Welcome.
Good morning, my children. How are you coming on?
We're doing pretty well.
I've been fighting hard to get this no more. Thank God I got it this morning.
That women line here, so keep it, saving your phone.
I'm saving it. My children, thank you. You see, if we want our country to be developed, let us put our hearts and mind together. But when it is divided, we're not going nowhere. Look, right here, Freetown. It beat my imagination to see Freetown booming. While Liberian, we're sitting down here every day, politics, every day. Yeah, students graduated from business colleges. Students graduated. Our people. Every day, politics. are expecting somebody to get up and say, okay, we will try maneuver for companies to come in this country for our children to work. Nothing. The puppy just got to do it's fine. Everything. Says you're far away. But because people want to become president, they want to become vice president. Also, you do it to Republic of Liberia. If our children working, nobody will come on them. I heard somebody say, our lady that were in the house. We want for the people to increase our salary. The people that can't offer baby diaper when you responsible to get a baby diaper. If you set up a good system in this country, then we yearn for companies to come in this country and we enjoy. Everybody can work in the government. I want to ask question: the government are passed. Everybody work there? No. All those are voted for them work there? Oh, they want for the paper to take. Now, ghost names. Look at the kind of ghost names. They have a whole lot of things there. Then the paper, we even say that 1 year. The paper ain't doing it. The paper ain't doing it. Hey, man. They will stop what we're doing. We're doing it to Liberia. We do it to nobody. Our country moving on. So, my plea this morning, if you call yourself fighter, you want to fight for this country, you just come and just talk politics. Try and maneuver for companies to come in this country. The government not compelled to do everything. The citizen too, if you have any hand that you can encourage people to come in this country to develop the country, do it. We want to criticize, it should be constructive criticism. We're not destructive, because if you do it, you do it to us. You give it to Liberians. When Liberia born today, we say hallelujah to God. But what we're doing now, you listen when Dillon said something, and Martin Collins will kind of say different things. So then what? What did Martin actually want? You don't know that I just seen this thing because I heard it on a radio station. What Martin Collins really want, what he wanted, and the people ain't give it to him, and he did these kind of things. But people, they will put our hearts, mind together, and build our country. Our children are graduating so they can have jobs to do. Thank you, my children. If it is good, you're talking. If it is bad, you're talking to develop our country. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you. And I hope you save it no more.
I save you.
D Ward. I like the woman talking on the radio. Okay, so we're still taking your calls. Let's go back to the mail line and take this person here quickly. Good morning. Welcome.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Yeah, I'm calling for your Secretary Johnson because.
You say your name again?
P. Donzo.
Okay, Mr. Donzo, welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling for your Secretary Johnson.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pertaining to the yellow machine, I have problem with those that say they will not do right because when you will be for the 7 unit, you will go to the lawmaker and say, oh, I'm going for the 7 unit that the money have straight.
No.
One. When you will go to go straight for the 1 day football is football. You don't make a call, so he also and go so that day also watching football, they call you to caution.
No.
What did he say at the time?
Nothing.
So let's start joking, man. It's not about the government. When the person say he will do it, he will do it. So let me the other one. We talk about the bureau. Don't take and pay for himself. The person take who to the country. How we compare those two things? The man who do it for himself, who go to the country. How we reconcile those two? We agree, according to them, we agree. But at least, the man be for himself. The machine are coming for the
It's coming for everybody. It says more houses already been built. Okay. I believe you recall.
For all of people taking the bill for themselves. And Bay University. So we are taking a bill for some unit. Then what solution take a machine and go around and pay beaches 2 years later as senator. So what is it about that one? Then what they're bringing for the people, then they say, oh, it's all right. So the one who get a grant before they beach.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. No blind will pass through. No blind will pass through.
But I am Maningo brother doing nothing now. Musa Beredo. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I won't go through formality. The bureaucracy is too much. Bureaucracy is too much. So at the end, probably that's why I say your wise man. Commerce, ANC said, what should we be doing? One thing over and over and get the same result. So the different result the poor got. You know what it means? If the man had taken the document to the house, and everybody they get out this and whereby the people are suffering. See the road from Bartown to Douala. See the road. It's like in the interior. So what he did, hello?
Go on.
Go conclude now.
Yes. He did extremely well. I highly appreciate him for that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I highly appreciate. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. When people are drowning, you need too much formalities. Let's go for it. We'll save ourselves and come in. And I love the colors this morning, Boakai. Everyone, I'm telling you this, it's simple. The lawmakers will go for a break. Just go on to your constituents and say, oh, the people are supposed to give up machine, but I say I'm not holding it because they violate the Constitution. And listen to the views, the different reactions from them. It's as easy as they kind of think, Boakai will take more costs.
I bet them to go to their I bet them to go to their districts and go tell the people, say, because they want to follow constitution, so we shouldn't establish the machine. They will run behind it. Good morning, welcome.
Morning, Chairman.
Good morning, sir. Your name is joining us from?
I'm George. Barnesville.
Okay, George, welcome.
Thank you. That horse, the little man want them closing.
No, the people need to work.
But people need to work back. I say closing.
That horse, they close it. Because that horse will finish our budget before the real development anchor. When they go in for how to fight it, retreat, they can carry half of the budget. When they when they allow it, they can carry half of the budget. Until the year pass. So the government will be taking blame and they hold the money. So that blame, give me a damn thing there. Let them just forget about it and just do what you gotta do. We can't keep doing one thing over and over and no result. So we have to change it now and let it be there. So they will be eating like bubble money. In fact, it will mean that most of the things they want them must stop them on it. Give me a thing. Now, look, there's a vote for brother. The whole country voted for one person. Don't put a big power. So let them just put more and brother doing work.
But the mayor said they will stop. They will not accept the machines. So Musa too said you call it on your friend.
Let the prime minister put in or who I want to carry the machine, but let me see. Yeah, people are that. They got power. They don't have power more than the president. The president, what the president do our will, let him do our will.
Okay.
We vote for him, let him do our will.
All right. Thanks so much for calling in. Yeah, we take a few more calls. We have 15 more minutes to go on the show. And we like the fact that librarians are expressing themselves.
Oh, yes, of course.
We are not the one coercing people to tell us what is supposed to tell us. We open the phone lines and it's left with the librarian people to participate and be a part of the conversation. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
How you doing, my brother, my children?
Good morning, ma'am. Your name, where you joining us from?
My name is Fedora. I'm calling from the state Uru.
Okay, ma'am, Fedora, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for telling us what all going on with you. We can able to get idea on it to see what better we can do when the time comes.
So your lawmaker to say I'm gonna accept the machine there. You can call say your machine is not good. They not patch you the referral channel, so you're gonna accept it, mama.
But we got time for that, man. I made something already for 2029. Anyway, I thank you for your good work that you're doing, my children.
Okay, mommy. Thank you so much for calling in.
We tell it that we thank you, and we are doing everything but that someone feels that what we can get for you.
Okay,
mom. We doing that. All we are saying, we can struggle with children. They see people in that. But you are doing everything that is able to do, suicide, doing the one because at the same people that in that power there, that they didn't want to suppress them all down. Instead of what children to school, they end of the day of throwing their money on them to go to college. But at least they bring jobs and they give it to our children. Then we don't know what to do. Some of us get it away. So even say what you want to play, social media, yeah, sick. But anytime when I see the platform, yeah, we let it fall. So thank you so much. I can listen to the video. Anytime you're talking on platform, I will call. Okay. I tell you, thank you. Your talk always fire. Nobody do anything to you. We be praying for you. That anybody that will refuse to choose what you're saying, your own said they will face the consequence of all that we said. Most people think we don't even think what we keep making clear. We tell God what to do to them. That only God will feel them. So we can read, they don't understand each other. And I know some all now. We are never going to love them. Now they are evil children in our life. That only God will save them. Everybody doing well. We pray for the party. A time will reach, they will pass, we will pull him back. If we do what the party will do, or the party therefore, some of us are saying to face the to pull our
So what kind of signal doing you, Mama?
Because emotional.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it is
Wow.
it is emotional.
It's emotional this morning. Yeah.
And there are lots of parents out there as well that share similar feelings.
Yeah.
A lot of them are yet to come out to speak. I had to unbid broken this morning. Yeah, about testimony.
That's
her concern is now so much about
herself. Yeah,
her health right now.
Yeah,
her son that is on the street that are falling prey to drugs, and I know there are parents out there as well that are suffering from similar. It's just so hard.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
I'm Eto Bole from District 2, Lima County. But I see the visit my children in Morocco by listening to the video every day and night. But I really want to ask the studio people, when you're talking to the people that are doing the wickedness in the country, they can listen to you.
They can listen silently.
They can listen silently, or they can talk. They can be following. They want to know how the people reaction will be there. How the brain will react to it.
Okay. I want to talk issue on the machine. For the two people in need of that machine. Because I want very area to come from the village town to come inside the area. Sometimes big better they can take people from the town to bring them inside to the hospital. They won't buy people that want to sit down motor to come, people in lower thing. People that want to sit down motor for road, hill, valley, rock, on the road, they will not easy. And for we the women, now our husband and I'm working. We don't want the business people. We don't want steady people. We don't want the time. See, that will be plenty better about pepper to set and sustain our children to go to school. Yeah. So if the people in our house saying that they wouldn't go there to speak for themselves and their family. They don't want to speak for the Nigerian people. We stood on the read and strong for men to take that seat and they want to speak our interest. God in here will know that he sent somebody in Nigeria to take it of us. They shouldn't fight because they are devil. They are devil. They're saying that inside our there.
These are leaders. These are leaders.
But God will fight against them. The wrath of God will fall on them. Will show them out one by one. So I say God for you, and God will be with you because anybody that can say the truth, people don't want to hear the truth. They can go against the people that can tell the truth. So I bless God for you. God will be with you every day. Your way to be. I listen to you. Even I'm going in, I will try to get a station to be listening to the station.
Okay.
Then God bless you.
Thank you so much. Since that woman called in and cry on the phone, it just got me that type of way now.
It took a lot. It took a lot from us, seriously.
Yeah. So that just takes a few more calls, then we can wrap it up. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, bro. That's something for me. So are you people saying that since the legislature always delay the concession, all those things, so the president should go ahead without the legislature approval or any other thing because the delay will not fast only to go on. So then why we elected them? I don't know why you.
I don't get your question because what we're saying is that if the legislature says that the president did not come to them to follow water procurement process or what have you, it is with the prerogative of the legislature through their leadership to write the executive to come and answer questions. It's as simple as the way it is, other than the issue about Facebook. I mean, Facebook is not our government. The government is, if the legislature feels that a branch of government is going out of order, you send a formal communication and invite that person to come and answer your question. So until the legislature can do that, I mean, we don't subscribe to that.
So, in short, you are saying that the president should take some further decision and just impose.
No, you are misinterpreting. We are misinterpreting.
I don't know how to explain
The
this.
man is saying if the legislator know that the executive is going against the constitution, they should invite the executive.
Yeah, call the
people.
Call the people. And
tell them say, why are you doing it like this?
It's as easy as
they have the right.
Okay.
Yeah,
you understand that, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be jumping all on Facebook acting a late children.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. We take like 3 more calls. Then we'll wrap it up. 3 more calls. 077-866-5699 for the men. 077-866-5699 for the men. Or 080-561-644. Our mothers can call on 0776-549122. 0776-549122 for the women. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Baka, and good morning to Harry.
Good morning.
Well, this is for the morning open section. Please don't you guys complain here. And let me get the question. On the discussion. Well, Baka, when we listen to some of those governments, all you say that they're government, we wonder. We that send them to work for us, we are their masters. Instead of being the master for them, they think that they are the master, and that's because we are the servants to them. So, someone may want to understand the part housing that is shared among us, each government. They can be part housing our youth. If they came over to us, to really consult us, to ask us, before taking this money, this of the law. So many of we are the someone to them, they are the master for us. So when it comes to ability, it is not someone to really make it. Make it down to the thing to see. You know, and that's what I mean. We know who is benefiting of you. You understand? But now, I have to fix 2.5 million, I think was given to Natukupa, which is almost because to to that matter between the ability and that of the shaman, the punishment. And we saw no offer on our whole thing. So, ability is not a strong thing to be beyond Natukupa or to be used as Natukupa. So, we shouldn't say I can meet this possibility. I want the number percent. If he got changed to Gamble, 100 million machine. Moving machine. Then you come with 8. We don't want to put that for him.
None of the lawmakers put that for him.
We don't want to put that for him. We don't put that for him. Yeah, when I'm a big shame, I'll put that in. We'll put that on President Boga. And when I'm a big shame, 100 million. Then we come with 8. We are happy and we welcome the idea.
Okay.
We are not asking a second to give them forever. Because everybody leave. And we don't want it. We can't no more business as usual. We don't want it. We don't want it today. We don't want it tomorrow. And welcome the machine to come to the bureau.
Okay.
Thank God bless you guys.
Thank you so much, my brother. Let me take my Max Mixer, Max Pacquiao, on this line. The man say, when I put him through, he'll make plow with me in the morning. Good morning. Welcome.
And this platform, I always, wherever I am, if I have the opportunity, I will listen and call in as well. Right now we're in transit, but then we thought that we should still continue to follow the train. So, thank you so much for the work. This is it, but first of all, let me say this again to our lawmakers, like my brothers have, you guys have been to us. About 5 years ago, similar thing happened here. Similar thing not here now, because I'm in Casablanca. In the UK, my official second country. A reform bill for welfare was being debated upon. But the lawmakers, the MPs, couldn't come to one conclusion. So they decided to take a break to do constituency engagement. They came back to us. I went to that meeting in my own constituency. My MP gave us all of the outline as to this is what will happen if this bill is passed. So we made our input and we gave him the message to take back to the government and tell the government that we are not in support of it. Today, after that engagement, yes, while we proposed other MPs as well, who were messengers, took back the message, and that bill didn't go. So what I would want to also add on is, again, is to request our representatives, our will come out again and say, yes, we vote that the bill to wake up until then. I mean, and we'll give you the answers for you to carry back to the speaker. Let the speaker pass it off to the executive. Please, your go ahead with this thing. In another show before I leave the line, brothers. I think for too long we've been taking loans. Our government have been taking loans that we don't see these loans going into any benefit. Some people will travel, like one former political chairman said, that they will travel and get benefit on behalf of the country. But when they come, they put it into their own personal bank account. This time around, it will take loans that tomorrow pay back this loan.
His line is coming broken.
No, what can we? So that's my only point.
Okay.
I just want to say again, thank you very much, and hopefully we will be together soon.
Okay. Thanks so much for calling in, Harris.
Yeah, of course. We got to go, Buakai. We said it and provide Liberians the platform to area. We're going to be here tomorrow again as well. And on tomorrow will be another firing edition. Until then, have yourselves a God bless day.
Okay, so folks, that's why it is. This edition of the show, like Harry said, join us tomorrow. We'll be here with another